was on so he could actually hear that, but he's not on yet. Let me ping him and see where he is.
Nice one, dude.
But that would be amazing.
And I did a whole thing, and all he wrote back was, "Of course I would." That was it. Of course. What do you even?
It's like,
you have this way with people. Oh, we're definitely getting somebody's crotch area. There we go. That's a bit better. Yes.
I even said in your LinkedIn profile, Tricia.
Nice. Good stuff. Hey, Paddy. Hey, Paddy. People are coming in now. All right, I'm going to be back in 2 minutes because Dave Harris is eating an ice lolly and I want one.
I've got a gin and tonic.
You know what, man? I had 2 ice creams today and 2 ice creams yesterday and 1 today.
That's a great idea. I'm going to get one.
How's the rat?
Janet, in her words, Daddy, the grown-ups put the rats in the bush.
Megan! Hey, Megan!
Megs! Chris!
At me and anything behind me.
Megan, we were just talking about you.
Me?
Other Megan.
Oh, I was going to say.
About you too.
Got 2 Megans. We're spoiled.
Megan Hunter! This is great, man. We got like
all the Megans.
All the Megans. Hang on, I'm going to sort myself out here real quick. Give me a second.
I don't know any questions. Can we do all questions on
Here we go.
I just heard all the Megans.
All the Megans.
No idea why.
We're all blessed. We've got so many Megans on the call. We're so fortunate.
There can't be other Megans. I'm sorry, Megan. You spelled your name right, so that's good. You have the right spelling. I was going to call you Megs
again.
Yeah, because you can have Megan with a H, can't you? And yeah, there's all sorts.
No, you can't. No, if you're wrong, you can.
If you're wrong, you can
I
have
just copied
Megan.
popular Megan with their spelling. You guys are lucky I don't have admin rights. I would have renamed everyone to Megan by now.
Yeah. Hey, Jason.
Hey.
Not yet, no.
Megan Walker.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you remember on Black Ops you were telling us about how somebody was getting data into Excel? Could you elaborate on that?
You mean when they squirted it in?
Yeah.
Isn't that disgusting? Like who?
I just can't understand how somebody would have that conversation like actively.
Yeah, and it's all in their requirements as well. The word squirt.
No.
What LLD like literally says squirt. The application must squirt data. Literally. Jesus Christ.
It's like a water pistol, man. Come on. Pew, 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 pew.
Everyone, just to let you know, Malik is here. Malik is like my guest of honor. He is the director, the person I've been dealing with Black Minds Matter. Malik,
hey, what's up?
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Hey, Malik.
Hi. Oh.
Hey guys. Everyone piled in when I was away.
Well,
Megan Walker, how are you?
Andrew Bibby, how are you?
Very bloody well. Look, I've got a little mini milk.
I've got a chicken
milk.
Select.
I have a pizza in the oven.
Nice.
Good choice. Tricia, oh, there you are.
Yep.
Like
what
background.
What time are we quizzing?
We start in a minute, but people can't get in. Try to send the Zoom link directly to them because Eventbrite is basically just queuing.
Oh, it's not sent out email.
Please don't post Zoom links on Twitter. Weird things
happen. I have no intention of putting my Zoom link on Twitter and having this be Zoom bombed. So
yeah, that was an awful evening. I remember that.
Which one, bro? Goodness me.
It was the happy hour, wasn't it? Yeah, that was weird.
That wasn't too bad. Keith Watling and I have seen some pretty disturbing things from Zoom bombers.
Really? I think that sounds fun.
No. It was fun until it got weird.
Do not want to be Zoom bombed. It is not an experience to be had.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Tricia, is there anything I can do to get the word out?
Yeah, if they are unable to join, what I did was they can't even get the email. To be fair, it's more just ping us on Twitter and then we'll just send them directly. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a Dan Barber I see just hiding in the 1, 2, 3, 4th row?
Hello,
dude. It's been many
I've
moons.
escaped from my COVID bubble.
I was going to say.
All right, Dan.
Very good. Very good.
Or Keegs or Andy, could someone just send a Zoom link? Because I can't. It's not letting me open my email either.
Hi, Jason. I'm seeing your pieces.
Where do we need to send it?
Just ping me.
Oh, sorry.
I still think James has got the best background.
He's just showing off.
I know he is.
Background. Oh shit, we're on fire.
Damn it! Again! It is literally the coolest background. I'm
James, you're in. Great.
I'm in now,
okay.
yeah.
So I don't need to. That's fine. We're all good. Perfect. I don't need to send it anymore. We'll just continue. I can close this down. It's freaking out. It's fine. Okay, great. We can start. Yay! So let me.
What Trisha? What time are we actually quizzing? Because I'm trying to put off putting on the jacket for as long as possible. It's
Don't
so
do
bloody
that.
hot.
Don't do that.
I'm going to put it on now.
1 second. I'll tell you what time we're quizzing.
Everyone looks so awesome. I really feel underdressed.
I feel mean.
You really are.
I can make it more underdressed.
as Andy comes back, we're gonna start. Yay!
Tick.
Exciting, Trish. This is awesome.
This is amazing. It's finally real. This deserves a selfie. If I can figure out how to do it right now.
We can figure out how to do it.
Yeah, there we go. Fantastic.
How many people do we have on the call so far? 30?
35, but look at
35.
35, that's not bad. Awesome. Okay, shall we begin? We've got the man in the jacket. We've got Luke. We've got Malik. We've got Keeks. Great. Let's start. So hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Microsoft 365 charity quiz in aid of Black Minds Matter. Yay! Thank you. Okay, so this is basically going on in 7 different countries today, and this is the UK quiz, as you know. So today's program, we have an introduction to the quiz team, how the quiz is going to work. We're going to break that down. And then we've got a brief introduction to Black Minds Matter from Malik. We're then going to go into the first part of the quiz. But it's not that easy, right? We're going to have an intermission during which one of you will be able to win a prize. Then we're going to come back. We're going to have a brief overview with about Black Lives Matter by Luke Charles. Then we're going to continue with the second part of the quiz before prize giving. Sounds good? Okay, so please welcome your host today, Keegan Stanton, the marketing queen. And Drew Bibby, the quiz master extraordinaire. And myself, Tricia Sinclair, your quiz admin. I'd also like to give extra special thanks to Narayan Salanki, who is our media master behind the scenes, ensuring that this runs smoothly on YouTube. So you can watch this. This is streaming live on YouTube at the moment. And you can go to it by clicking on this link or going to this link.
Give it up for
I
Ryan.
tweeted it earlier.
Yep. Woo!
Hey!
I tweeted it earlier, so you can go to it and you can click on it there if you want. And also, extra special thanks to Malik and Luke for dedicating their time today to come and actually talk to us and educate us about Black Minds Matter and Black Lives Matter. Without them, we really wouldn't have much of a quiz. So thank you so much for taking your time and sharing with us.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so on top of that, there's a lot of people that went into this. I'd also like to thank our amazing sponsors. We've got Cognitive Group, we've got Avanade, we've got Maximus, and we've got Clean Body Health. And these sponsors actually came, I didn't actively go looking. These are all sponsors that came and said, we want to get involved and we want to do something to help the quiz. And they basically did, and they provided really cool prizes for everyone. So we have prizes available. We have how the prize is going to work. The first 3 winners. So it's going to be the top 3 that will win a prize. And also, as I mentioned, during the intermission, you'll have the opportunity to also win a prize there as well. So it's not only based on Microsoft knowledge. You can come and swoop a prize up during the intermission. So you've got £200 gift card, Microsoft vouchers from Cognitive Group, a £200 Amazon gift card from Avanade UK, and you've also got Surface earbuds supplied by Maximus, and £250 worth of personal training from Clean Body Health. Now he's my instructor, so he's really, really tough on you, so don't play with him. But he's going to give you £250 worth of personal training.
He's not had much use then.
He's really, really, really good. I will say that myself. He's really good. Okay, so with that, I want to hand over to Malik, who's going to basically just give an overview of Black Minds Matter and just share a bit about what they're doing there.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Emily.
What's up?
Thank you for inviting me to participate. I kind of feel I'm underdressed a little bit, and maybe I should have a wig on or some kind of bunny hat or something. So it's really wonderful to be part of your community today. And I just want to say thank you for supporting Black Minds Matter. Trisha just asked me to give you a bit of a background to Black Minds Matter and why we set it up. We actually set it up in 2018. So 2 years ago. We do a lot of work around Black mental health. And I'm sure that many of you know, I'm speaking from a UK perspective, but in the UK, there's about 11% of the population in the UK is from Black, Caribbean or African backgrounds, but they make up about 45% of the people inside mental health services. So if you're Black, particularly if you come from a Caribbean or a Black African background, you're 4 times more likely to end up in mental health services. So we started to say, well, actually, that's not right. What's the reason behind that? Why is that going on? Once we investigated a bit further, we realized that actually the impact of racism and discrimination on young people, because by the time you're in mental health services at 18 or 19 or 20 years old, actually the early psychosis and disturbances start when you're very young. And when we looked at the statistics, Black children are more likely to be excluded from school. Black children are more likely to be in poor households. Their families are more likely to be on low income, low status jobs, more likely to live in the poorest parts of the country. So therefore, the impact on Black communities on a whole heap of things around racism and discrimination is huge. So we thought to ourselves, well, actually, that's not good enough, that we need to do something about that. And we formed this organization called Black Minds Matter. And what Black Minds Matter does, it provides a number of things like mentoring, training, and mental health counseling. So we work with schools, youth clubs, churches, mosques, temples. And if anybody within these organizations feels there's a young person who's struggling a little bit, maybe they're struggling at home, maybe they're struggling with issues at school, maybe they're struggling in the neighborhood, in the community, they give us a ring and they say, we've identified a young person, could you provide some extra support for them? So we take them underneath our wing and we provide them with mentors. Essentially what we provide them is love and care. That's what we do. We put our arms around them and we encourage them, we support them, but critically we link them into networks like this network that we have here. We link them into networks and we say, well, actually, don't give up on your dreams. Don't be crushed. We know life's a bit hard. We know things are a bit difficult, but hold on to your dreams. Believe in yourselves. Believe in your own ambitions. Believe in your dreams. And we support them, help them a little bit. Troubles at school, we negotiate with school. If they've got problems with the council or the police, we negotiate with them. And ultimately, what we're about is giving people an equal opportunity and supporting them. I suppose what we know is that what happened a few months ago, particularly with COVID, is because of these issues around poverty, around inequality, around poor housing. What we know is in the UK, at least, I know definitely in America, if you look at Black people are more than likely to have been impacted by the disease. Of course, that doesn't surprise us, because if you're poor, you're in low status jobs, you're much more likely to have a lower risk threshold. Then, of course, the sad fact about what happened with George Floyd. Those of us who follow the news know that George Floyd was just the kind of straw that broke the camel's back. There's been a number of killings before that. The young man who was the jogger, Breonna Taylor, in her own household. So there's a history of things that have gone on with Black African communities around racism and discrimination. And when Black Lives Matter happened, it was overwhelming, because all the things that we've known in our communities, all the things that we've campaigned for, Black Lives Matter, it really touched our hearts. And I suppose what touched our hearts more than anything else was not just Black people saying that our lives matter, but the amount of young people and white people, old people and young people. And I think COVID gave all of us a bit of a chance to reflect. We're all in our homes and we all thought to ourselves, and maybe normally we don't have the time to think about these things because we're all very busy and we're living our lives. But I suppose what sitting at home, being on the lockdown, gave us an opportunity to think, well, what kind of society do we want to live in? What kind of world do we want to live in? And I live not too far from the American Embassy in Battersea here in London. And I went out there on the demonstrations, and I was absolutely overwhelmed with the support and the solidarity, not just of Black people, but of all communities. And it really touched my heart. And when Trisha rang me, and Trisha says, well, we're a community working with Microsoft, and we want to make a difference. And it really touched me greatly that there's people out there that we're not alone, and together we can actually make a difference in people's lives. So I'm really grateful for the help and the support and the solidarity. And I think that when you get to meet these young people, and through Trisha's help and support, we're looking to provide them with mentors and support. They're all great kids. They're like our own children. They're like our neighbors' children. And if we can do a little bit for them, a little help, a little support, and say to them that your lives do matter, then I suppose that we're making a difference in their lives. And if we make a difference in their lives, we make a difference in everybody's lives. So that's just a little bit about us. I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support and your solidarity, and everything that we do today and everything that we will continue to do, we will make a difference in people's lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Malik, for those words. I mean, that's exactly why I reached out to you, because obviously I am from a Black Caribbean background, so I do actually connect deeply with that. And it's just really taking that off to the community and actually allowing them to kind of be involved in what we're trying to do. So thank you very much for that and for sharing that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So what we want to do now is take it from that message, and now I'm going to hand off to Andy, who is going to start the quiz.
Right, Andy? Are we ready to quiz?
You are, with that glitz and glamour.
Just 1 second while I pour myself a little drink. Now is a good time, as we are at the pub quiz, to grab yourself a drink or something and settle in, because we have about, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes or something. I can't remember what we said now, but we've got a couple of rounds, and then we're going to have a little break, and then talk to somebody else, and then we'll be back on for the second half of the quiz. But what you need to know is a few things to get set up. So we are using a quiz app today that you can access through your browser, through your phone. Phone's probably easiest, but it's the app that I've used before for quizzes. So Trisha, I can see your screen. Let me just rearrange my screen as well so that I can see properly. But we're going to have some fun, and if everybody can get their phones out, I will try and see as many people as I can. Excellent. Trisha, I can see your screen, but it's not really doing anything. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, so what you need to do is go to the link at the bottom, okay? Either scan the QR code on your phone or go to the link, which is crowd.live, that's the website, and then put the code in, which is QUS6Q. Okay, we'll give you a minute to do that. And what you will see is basically that screen, but in a smaller version, funny enough.
Andy, whilst everyone's doing that, I don't know if it's just my computer, but there's a tiny bit of feedback when you're speaking. I don't know if you're close to your microphone or something.
Is there? Okay. Let me move it away a bit. I don't hear it, but is that any better?
Is it just my computer, or do other people hear that? Could just
be very slightly. Slightly.
Might be a connection, and
yeah, it's we're streaming as well, which has introduced some kind of audio things. So I don't know.
Not too bad at all. We just thought.
Okay. All right. No, thank you. Well, I could change mic. Maybe that'd be easier.
With or without feedback, you sound brilliant, Andy.
You obviously sound very sexual indeed.
All right.
And that's why Alison's not showing a camera.
Yeah. Exactly.
She's flustered, won't you?
I am. I'm flushed with excitement. It didn't ask me for a code though. It just says general knowledge round will begin shortly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just did you scan the QR code?
Yeah, I just scanned the QR code.
Yeah, that'll be it. That'll be it. Can you hear me? Okay.
Awesome.
Is that any better?
That's better.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's get rid of that then. In that case. Cool. Good. So I will wait a minute. Anybody that's not in, give me a shout and we'll help you out. But this is kind of the key thing. So you're entering the quiz here and you'll stay in the quiz. So if you can't get in at this point, you're kind of gutted. All right, just seeing a bit of chat there.
Literally so excited. I'm not even kidding you.
It doesn't feel like a normal quiz without Andrew shouting at us to be quiet.
No, that's also really true. Like normally at this point,
And that'll come. That'll come. Don't worry.
Andy's been like, the quiz master is always right.
Well, we have a few rules to go through first, so you know.
If I'm being, printed them out.
Is that hard copy?
If I'm being honest,
unbelievable. Andrew Bibby.
If I'm being honest, we all know that I'm going to win anyway, so
that's also true.
I'll be like
fix, in which case
we have proper scoring this time.
Get the headphones.
Alison is lightning fast at using Bing.
Bing. Oh my God, does anybody use Bing?
Yeah, you see what I did there. Come on, man.
Bing is not Google.
They're keeping it going.
I mean, using Bing is one way to make sure you're getting the questions wrong.
So, James, anybody else? Are you in? Are you okay? Your phone is probably best for this sort of thing if you've got that around.
I'm in.
Otherwise, if you've got two screens, but you kind of need to be involved in the Zoom call at the same time.
Yeah, I'm in.
Right. Excellent. Anybody else?
I'm excited.
So we've got 40 people on, and we have 4 prizes. You have a 1 in 10 chance of winning.
No, I have a 1 in 40.
Prize. No, not 1 in 10. What's that? No, 4 in. No, God, it's almost like I've had a little drink already.
Andy is there. Matt's around.
No, you have a 1 in 10. 1 in 10. 4 prizes, 40 people. 1 in 10. That's right.
It is 1 in 10. I think you're lucky to be the quiz master.
Was that question 1 by any chance?
I just have to read the question, so it's okay.
1 to 4, Andy. 1 to 4 chance.
Okay. All right. If everyone's in, if you're not in yet, shout. Otherwise, we're going to crack on. All right. Good. All right. I will put you in the hands of my excellent quiz meister, which is Trisha, and she's driving the whole thing. I just have to talk and look pretty. So, you know, I can get one of those 2 done.
So there's one slide I forgot to do, which was the rules slide.
Okay. Do you want me to do that? I can just talk through it.
If you could, that'd be great.
Okay, cool. So we're all in the quiz. That's excellent. We've got 5 rounds, 40 questions. For the maths geeks amongst you, that's 8 questions per round, give or take. Maybe a bonus round, like Tricia said earlier on, we're going to have a bonus round. So even if you're failing miserably at quizzing, not just live, or not live, I mean, not just live, then you could still win a really decent prize at the end because we've got the bonus round, okay? No mobile phones, no Googling, because, you know, you're only cheating yourself at the end of the day, right? And apart from anything else, we have timed rounds. We're cracking the whip this time around, 45 seconds per question. If you haven't answered the question by the time the timer reaches the bottom, you cannot answer it, okay? So don't come crying to me, just choose an answer. Don't ask for the question around again. It's not gonna happen, all right? We're gonna run a tight ship, okay? So prizes for the top 3 people. And out of the leaderboard, and we'll do like the winner of each round as we go along, and then also the overall winner as we go along, okay? So it's cumulative. Your points from one round carry forward to the next round. So even if you have a bad round, you could still claw it back by having an excellent round next time. Okay, all good? Final, most important point, Quizmaster's decision is final, okay? If you don't agree with an answer, take it up with somebody else, okay? You know, if you're not wearing a sparkly red jacket,
There's the Andrew I know and love.
I will say I have meticulously researched. We have researched these questions. I fact-checked them yesterday, so if you don't agree, maybe it's changed since yesterday, but you know, we wrote them yesterday, so that's okay. All right.
Andy, I didn't get any messages fact-checking anything, so you know.
I know, mate. Well, we haven't got any licensing questions, that's why.
Oh, damn, you see, now I'm going to fail.
All right, I can see lots of things happening in the chat. I'm not reading the chat, so if you do want to alert me to something, you're going to have to.
No, we're just basically being rude to each other.
That's okay. That's good. All
Okay,
right, good.
let's go.
Are we ready to go? All ready? Give me thumbs up. I can see several thumbs. Off we go.
Now.
Thumbs up. Oh, thumbs up in the air. Sorry.
Oh my
Alison.
So this is a practice question.
Okay, this is a practice question. The first one doesn't really count for anything, but it's just to get you used to the platform, okay? So, what is Microsoft, what is this question? It doesn't make any sense. What is Microsoft all about, according to Steve Ballmer's famous onstage rant? I remember it.
It's honestly the best video in the world ever. It really is.
I love this. Why don't Microsoft do this sort of thing anymore?
Don't know what you're talking about.
So this is just a practice question. It only counts for 1 point. Normal questions count for 100 points, okay? You can see the time has run out. The stream for me is a little bit slow, so hopefully you're all kind of following okay. But all right then. So Trisha, do you feel like we should move on to the first proper question, or do you want to do the points for this question?
We should just move on. I think everybody kind of gets the gist of it, right, guys?
Cool. Okay.
Do it.
Let's move on. These are all Microsoft related questions. So let's go to question 2. I can't see the change question yet. I have a bit of a technical issue. I might have to get it on my phone. Okay, question 2. Who founded Microsoft along with Bill Gates? Way back when? I was almost going to say the year then, but I won't because maybe that'll be important later. Is it Steve Ballmer, Satya Nadella, Paul Allen, or Steve Jobs? Zoom just crashed. Missed question 1. James, don't worry, mate. If you can hear me, question 1 was just to get used to stuff. This is the real question 1.
I can hear you now. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I'm back in the game.
Excellent. This one actually counts for some points. The other one didn't.
Super.
Okay. All right. Question 3. Who has the most followers on the Twitters? Is it Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, of course, Mark Zuckerberg, Satya Nadella, or Jeff Bezos? Who could it be? Who could it be? It's still very quiet. I'm not used to the quiet when I'm doing a quiz. I'm used to getting abuse.
Yeah, but that's the badger, man. We can
come off mute if you like, if you want to.
I think this is a trick question. I
also do.
Is it though? Is it?
I'm happy to abuse you if you like.
No, we can.
Is it double bluff?
I think it's a double bluff. Yeah.
The double bluff.
What level of abuse would you like, Andy?
Yeah. Like, do you want badger levels? Do you want
blood swearing? We are live on YouTube.
All right, question 4. What is Microsoft's longest lived PC game? Minecraft? Maybe. Flight Simulator? Excellent game. Minesweeper? I used to play that back in the day.
Oh, that's giving it away.
Still play Solitaire.
Is it though? Is it? You wouldn't believe the stats I have on this stuff.
Yeah, we could prove all of this. All of this. We researched.
All right, we're nearly done. Like, what I'm going to do is get it up on my phone because the lag is real, as my son would say, on this.
The lag is real.
On this.
The lag is real.
So bear with me a second. Oh, do the questions start automatically, Trish, or are you moving on?
Yeah, it just started. I can pause it.
Yeah, if you can pause before the next one, yeah, that'd be great. What did then, question 5, Microsoft's 10,000th patent relate to? Is it that beautiful Microsoft mouse, Microsoft Clippy, HoloLens, or Surface? Now I can hear a little echo.
I like the Clippy.
Echo.
Okay, maybe that's because somebody's unmuted. All right. But it's okay.
Looks like you're trying to win a quiz. How can I help? Is that what?
Okay, I'm just going to open the link. Is it paused, Trish?
Yeah. It's not going to go till.
Okay, cool. Oh, I just typed my name into the quiz when I did the link, and it wanted to substitute Bibs for Ninja.
Andrew Ninja.
The autocorrect.
Ninja.
You made that up, Andrew.
Would I ever? How do I move? Oh no. Okay, it's not moving the questions on this either. Excellent. Okay, I think it's because it's paused. Right. Shall we carry on? We've got 2 more questions in this round, 3 more questions in this round. So this is general knowledge. Awesome. Which is the best-selling Xbox game of all time? Could it be Fallout 4? I tried playing that, just couldn't get on with it. I don't know. Call of Duty Black Ops, Grand Theft Auto 5 or V, as I think they say it. Was it Minecraft? Again, the Minecraft. These questions are obviously not contentious enough for you, so we will get some better ones later on.
I'm getting.
If I get this wrong, there's something wrong with me.
Fallout was more of a PlayStation thing, wasn't it?
Just a bit random.
PC.
It was on Xbox.
Everything. Yeah.
These are all related to Microsoft, you see.
No, I know they're related, but like, how the fuck am I gonna know?
Well, if you were a gamer.
If you know, you know.
But I'm not.
You're not a pro gamer, Megan. You're not a pro
Unless
gamer.
it's
there is a question for you later.
Headset. Oh, for me? Okay.
Yeah, specifically written for you. Well, not quite. Actually. No.
He's not getting the answers
Pro,
wrong. You're asking the wrong questions. That's the problem.
Thanks, you.
Alrighty. Next question. Question 7. I like the sound of this one. According to community.dynamics.com, how many Dynamics 365 applications are there? Now, if you remember the answer to this question last time I did it, I'm afraid the answer has changed.
It has changed.
So,
and we counted it.
Is it 8, 21, 15, or the whopping 24?
This is a horrible question.
What could it be? It is a bit horrible, and that's why it's in.
Chris,
Get a bit harder.
Am I allowed to Google it after I've answered it?
Yeah,
no Googling.
Mate, if you can Google
Sorry,
it.
am I allowed to Bing it after I answer?
No binging, no achieving, nothing.
Alison, I don't have anything Google on my laptop. You're allowed to Bing though. That's cool.
Yeah, if you can do that and research it and count the number in 45 seconds, fair play to you.
Fair enough.
That's why she's not showing a camera, obviously.
All right, last question. What percentage of Fortune 500 companies use Azure services? Tricky. I will. No, I was going to give you a really good clue then, but I won't.
I've already answered.
Oh.
I literally pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, I should note that actually with the counter, you can see there's 100 points. The faster you answer, the more points you get.
So Chris, if you don't know this, would it go against your next performance review?
Dude, I actually pressed the wrong button, so just saying.
Yeah. Julia, I'm loving that visor thing.
Oh, thanks.
That's quality.
Praise yourself.
Very cool.
All right, that was the whole of round 1. Now what we're going to do is loop back around to the start, see what you answered, see what the real answer is, and we'll go through, and then we'll get to the end and see what the totals are. Good?
Preparing for failure.
Okay, first question was, who founded Microsoft with Bill Gates? Who could it have been? Wonder what the answers were, Trisha. 74%, excellent, went for Paul Allen. Yes, who's ever heard of that guy? But he was like the 5th richest person in the world for a while, something like that. So yeah, it was C, Paul Allen. Good job.
Good job.
Good job. Okay, that was the easy one. Oh, we skipped out the developers one. Okay. Who has the most followers on Twitter? Anybody?
Mark
Oh, it's a good spread. Is it Bezos? Is it Zuckerberg? You would think Zuckerberg, but no, he's got about 15 followers. Is it Tim Cook? Is it Satya? Is it going to be Tim Cook? I know, right? Even though he hardly tweets at all. But no, he beats. I think the next one was Jeff Bezos. He beats him by a couple of million. Anyway. So question 4, what is Microsoft's longest lived PC game? What could it be?
Now, I answered this and then almost immediately realised I'd got it wrong.
It's got to be Flight Simulator. Has to be.
What could it be? So the totals are Minecraft 11%, Flight Sim 11%, Solitaire 53%, a whopping 53%. Do you know when Flight Sim came out first?
Early 90s, wasn't it? 92?
1982. 38 years ago. Is my math right? 38 years ago. Can you believe that? Solitaire and Minesweeper, they came out in the 90s. They're just like young.
Was it just a stick figure plane moving through like a 2D space or something like that?
Okay, question 5. What did Microsoft's 10,000th patent relate to? What could it have been, Trisha? Microsoft Mouse, Clippy, HoloLens, or Surface? Answers on postcard. Surface. Yeah, 21% of you got Surface. Oh dear.
Fair play for bringing Clippy up there. We miss him.
Yeah, I was hoping for Clippy. Clippy made a comeback.
That's my next
apparently.
tattoo. Is a Clippy tattoo.
The year before last, he made a comeback and then got killed again. And do you know, a little fact for you, Melinda Gates worked on Clippy. Just something to bring up.
Is that worked in inverted commas?
Alison, let's try and maintain a tone, shall we?
All right.
All right, question 6. What is the best-selling game of all time for Xbox One? What do we reckon?
It's got to be GTA.
GTA, it's got to be.
There's a tie.
What is the answer? All 37% equally for Minecraft and GTA. And the answer is GTA 5 by about 1 million, something like that. Something like 8 million copies sold. Minecraft is only about 5 million. Black Ops is the other one. That's got about 6 or 7 million, something like that.
Isn't it if you don't get any answers right?
Yeah, you don't get many
I think
points.
I've got none right.
Good stuff. Okay, there's still time. Don't give up. All right, according to community.dynamics.com, my source of truth, how many applications are there under Dynamics 365? How many would you say?
24.
21, 15. 15 sounds about right, doesn't it? Right? 24. No, it was actually 21. They used to be 24 the last time I did this question, but now there are 21.
They've
I
called
thought it was
a few.
still 24.
Wow.
It's that stupid customer
Insight
voice
is
stuff.
no longer there.
I thought it went from 21 to 24.
Market Insights, that got the bullet. Yeah, several of them. I don't know, but that's it. You know, that go to that website and count them.
You know, we should make a site like they have for Google where they have all the products that have been killed off, but for Microsoft.
Yeah, God, that'd be great. Do it in Power Apps or something. All right, last question. What percentage of Fortune 500 companies use Azure services? Our survey said 90%.
Is this running?
Okay, what do you think? I'm going to say all of those are true because it's actually 95% of Fortune 500. But unfortunately, the right question, the right answer is 95%. Good work, 30% of you. I feel like we've found a level here. They were kind of hard, but some of them were kind of easy. It's going to be all right.
My dog just spat on me.
In disgust.
In disgust. He saw my score and he went, I'm ashamed that you're my owner.
Oh, shame.
Yeah. Shame. At least he's not shitting on the floor like he normally does.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
It's like my children.
Oh no, we had another question. Sorry. Did we do this one?
No, we didn't do this.
I don't think we did that one.
We didn't do it. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. That's because there's 9 questions in this round.
You can do it now.
Can you do it now?
Yeah.
Let's do it now then. Okay. You can't sleep. You reach for the Dynamics 365 licensing guide. Chris, how long does it take you to read?
Option D.
That's it for me.
I just went for forever.
Maybe it is.
This is very specific.
It is.
It's eerily specific.
It's vague and specific at the same time.
Do you think Andy's? I think it's between Andy and Ferridan. They probably sat there and like read the guide and then like compared times.
Or someone's got it on Audible, which is even more terrifying.
What makes you think I've read it?
Because Ferridan, you're a ninja at this stuff.
I don't
think
so.
Ferridan's the new licensing guy, folks. Just say.
No, please don't, because I really don't know that much.
Everybody that finds a licensing question on Twitter or anywhere, just point them to Ferridan.
Oh, jeez. That's now on the public record. Ferridan is the licensing expert.
Yes, and this is streamed. Finally.
Yeah.
The curse has been released. Over to you, Ferridan.
Well, my answer's going to be just do it until Microsoft comes after you.
That works. Guys, not guidance. Okay, do we want to get the answer for this one?
Not really.
So 44% of you answered 3 minutes before you fall asleep, which is rude, I think, you know. Although I wrote the question, so actually I'm being rude too. And it's a split between 3 hours or 1 hour. So this document is, actually I'm trying to remember how long it is. It's about 65 pages, current version. Could you read that in an hour and 51 minutes? I'm pretty sure you can.
Yes.
I timed it last night. Read the whole thing, hour 51. This is the research. This is the research that goes into this.
This is Andy sitting with the chat. This is Andy sitting with the stopwatch. Click. Multiplexing.
I read every single word.
Can you remember any of it there, Andy?
I remember the first page.
For those of you that want to know, multiplexing is on page 2.
Yes, that is true, actually.
See, I thought that was on like the. Anyway, let's not compare knowledge. Right, here's the rankings for this round. Currently,
useless.
Joe Griffin, Cheeky Sausage, and Missy all tied.
Cheeky
for the
sausage.
first.
Cheeky Sausage?
Cheeky sausage.
That's me.
Who's that? Well,
Will the cheeky sausage. How dare you, sir?
Everybody loves a cheeky sausage.
You know what I said about the points, though? The countdown points aren't happening by the look of it. So if you answer the question right, you get 100 points. If you don't, you get nothing.
Also, Missy. Who's Missy?
That's also me. No, it's not.
Oh, Will, you are funny.
He's not really, but you know.
There he is.
Come on, Nate.
Alrighty, good stuff. We're all settled in.
Yeah.
Excellent. Who got Megan Hunter? Oh, I'm sorry, Megan. Joan and Rodrigo. There's always time, okay? There's always time. What was that, Chris?
How was Keegan beating me? I'm a little bit sad.
Keegan's smashing it. Well done, dude.
Come on, kids.
I will beat you after that.
Keegan knows things.
In no way did Keegan get access to any of these answers because she's part of the quiz organizer.
I was marketing.
No, she didn't.
Please don't drop me in it like that.
Dynamics is so easy, even marketing people can do it.
You know what? I just want to say though, the order of those, this is where the timing comes in. The order of the people, if you've got 500 points and there's 3 people, the quickest people will be at the top. So fastest finger first. Trisha's hitting the bottle hard. She's got gin in that bottle. Go on.
My mom's here. I'm not drinking.
Oh, really?
No, secret drink. Pretend
you know that's a reason to.
That means it's over. Means it's not gin. It's not gin. It's overproof rum.
My mom's trying to take the quiz too.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh, respect to Trisha's mom.
All right, Trisha, how are you feeling about the switching and everything? We're on to the geography round, which is round 2. You okay?
Yeah.
We carried forward the answers and everything.
Yep, it's carried forward and everything.
Excellent. You're doing so much better than I did when I did this. Okay, geography round. We all set? We don't need a break. So normally, if I say this when we're at the Badger, everybody goes, "Yeah, I just need a break," isn't it? And then we.
No, but that's because we like doing filthy things outside, and you know.
You
Question's
are.
already
you don't go outside
gone.
though, Chris.
Andy, the question already came up.
The question's there.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, and I've
Okay,
answered.
I better start reading then, haven't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
go
up?
through round. So question 1 in 2016, I can't see it on my screen yet.
Oh, who's that, Keegan?
That's my
Microsoft.
option. And I left him for 1 minute to do one round of a quiz, and this is what happens.
Austin, you put the most beautiful beautiful makeup on, buddy.
Like a Medway girl. Like a Medway girl.
Will. You look like Will on a Wednesday.
A better version.
Okay, shall we continue?
Yay.
Do it.
I'll pause it here so Andy can actually finish reading it, and then I'll press play.
He's a slow reader.
And he's on
Andy,
mute.
have you
He's
got-
on mute as well.
Okay, you got long questions on this round.
This says
So it says it's paused, yeah? Okay, so
Yeah,
in 2016, that's question 1. I'm seeing question 1 on the screen.
Yeah.
We have the odd tech issues. Okay. Well, the time is run out, so I may as well just carry on to question 2. So.
Okay, has everyone filled it in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am everyone. Yeah.
Okay, question 2. In 1979, I love this question. Microsoft moved their offices from Albuquerque, New Mexico, to Washington. Where in Washington did they move to? Is it Seattle, Bellevue, Redmond, or Ruston? I don't know. I've not heard of Ruston.
I thought Ruston was in Virginia.
Good geography there, Alison. Well done.
Is
No
it?
extra
I don't-
points, unfortunately. You know.
Well, I wish I didn't pick that now.
Trying not to win.
Unless
I
that was
I
it,
thought it was a
though.
trick question.
You know what? It might be a little trick question.
Yeah, I've chosen the wrong one.
I've chosen the wrong one.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not. Okay,
I-
I'm gonna have to.
I'm just choosing C. I think. Yeah.
Hello, Austin. I'll just hold my phone. Okay, we good?
Yeah.
Question 3.
Question 3. If it comes up.
Microsoft lists that quality product. I'm sure it's great. Sorry, I said that disparagingly. Was announced this year, but at which conference? Was it all these very similarly named conferences?
Such a good product.
Inspire, Ignite, Build, or Embass?
I'm wondering when the MS Incest conference is coming out.
That's the new name for Inspire next year.
I don't fancy any of my family members, so I'm not up for that. So.
It's a virtual one, don't worry.
Virtual incest.
The whole family's invited.
Has anybody got hot family members that I can be incestuous with then?
You are aware that half the people on this call are like bursting to say something hilariously rude as aunt. Look at Will. I'm actually watching Will like holding back.
I'm struggling here.
All right, time's up.
You know I love a bit of incest, so yeah.
Well, let's move on, shall we? Family audience, you know that. Question 4. In Dynamics 365, conversation intelligence is not supported in which language? German, Italian, English, or those cheeky Norwegians?
Those stupid Norwegians.
Mark Christie.
That was definitely a Norwegian.
You can tell I'm being brave because somebody isn't about
It's
today.
gotta be a trick question.
Sorry, Mark, I couldn't understand you. Could you say that again?
That strong Norwegian accent.
Chris, I left you a lovely message in the summit chat. You can go and listen to that.
A little bit excited. I don't know why. Like I keep all your voicemails, Mark.
Oh, that was so creepy.
I've told you to stop paying me to send you dirty messages.
Moving on. Question 5. For Dynamics 365 CE, which region is CRM 12? North America, that's a region. Oceania, France, and Canada. What could it be?
Does Western Samoa have one?
Western Samoa.
I believe that's opening soon. Actually, Norway is opening. Or is it opened already? I don't know.
Norway's been open for a while, hasn't it?
I definitely know I failed this round.
This is all Microsoft stuff, mate. You should.
Yeah, I know, man.
be ashamed
Listen,
of
I'm more
yourself.
about the strategy, Andy.
Okay.
Just saying. I'm strategy. Just saying.
Yeah, just strategy.
All right, that was question 5. Question 6.
Austin is having the best time there.
Yes, this is just specifically Trisha's question. In DevOps, it is now possible to choose the UK Azure Geo, of course, for your organization / projects. I'm not sure. In which year did this become possible? LA, California. 2 people answered. Toronto. What is the answer, please, Trisha?
Yeah.
Oh. What?
No,
What?
What?
How?
What? I knew that.
That's it. I'm going home.
I love that one. I love it.
You're
You've got to have some
welcome.
toughies, haven't you?
Awful.
You've got to have some
It's one of the
toughies.
2 people who got it right.
Put your hand up if you got that one right. Anybody? No, nobody on video.
Well, 2 people did.
Random guess.
It was
All right.
me, and I got 0 in the last round, everybody. So
Yay, Megan!
Fighting
Go,
back.
Megan.
Oh, Megan H.
Yeah.
All right, 1979, Microsoft moved their offices to from Albuquerque, which was, I think, in the Bugs Bunny cartoons, to God, there's such a lag on the video, but to somewhere in Washington. Where could it have been? Of those, Seattle, Redmond. Was it Redmond?
I
Redmond's
answered.
a really
Then you
good
made a
answer,
comment.
isn't it?
Then you made a comment after answered. So
It's a really good question. This one.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
Oh, yeah.
Bellevue.
It was Bellevue or Redmond.
Bellevue first. So they were formed, and then they moved, and then they moved again to Redmond.
Oh man!
Don't blame the quizmaster.
Mother Hubbard.
Shut the front door.
I love it. Good. Question 3. Are we only on question 3? Jeez. Microsoft List was announced this year, but at which conference now? I would have guessed wrongly on this one. I don't even know.
I think
Inspire,
I guessed wrongly.
Ignite, Build, or Embass? What do we answer?
Oh, I've got it.
It's a tight spread between Ignite and Build by the look of it. What could it be, Trisha?
Build. Yes!
It's Build. Good
Edison,
guesses,
you did kind
everyone.
of speak at Build. Just throw it
I
out.
know, yeah. Like, well, I was too busy speaking to watch everything else that was going on.
Yeah, too busy doing a great job at speaking.
Yeah,
Kind of
too busy being
big deal.
awesome.
Yeah, just throwing out awesome all over the place. I know.
Too busy making 100,000 people say, "What's fucking wrong with that woman's hair?"
All right, question 4. Now, does anybody actually know this one? Conversational
No.
intelligence is not supported in which language? I probably could have guessed, but this is niche. Oh, lots of people have guessed. Good.
I mean, it's
Okay.
obvious nobody understands anything any Norwegian says at all.
See, I thought there was a red herring.
They all speak
Yeah, so
English,
did
right?
I.
They all speak
I was
English.
there to like throw you off, so I went German because
Right.
nobody likes German.
That's up to English.
German grammar is just too hard, man.
Oh, nobody likes German or Germans? I thought
No,
you were
German
saying.
grammar. I was thinking more the
Fine,
grammar.
good.
Recorded.
All right, good.
I love German.
Next question.
Kom eens kijken.
CRM 12. What do we think? I
Oh,
would
I'm
guess this
useless
one
at this.
wrong. CRM
What it's
12.
called a boot.
It's a new one.
You
It's a new one. 16 people have guessed correctly because it is
Norwegian.
Trisha.
Dude, I'm going with my gut next time. Like I went with the opposite of
Yeah.
everything that I thought.
Yeah, same.
It's one of the new ones, one of the newer ones towards the end of last year, I think. Okay, question 6. DevOps. Now, I'm afraid I'm just going to blame Trisha for this question because this is
Trisha, this is your fault.
This is so niche.
DevOps question in there somewhere.
DevOps question: where is it going to? When are you going to be able to create projects or whatever in UK? I think I probably would have guessed this one correctly.
No.
I got it right.
19, just last year. It's so recent. I can't believe you guys didn't get it.
Janet, don't worry. You and
Yeah,
I
I
are
was
too busy
thinking of
changing people's
365.
lives. Yeah. Don't worry about these small things.
All right, question 7. Data generated by PVA. So the data,
At this
not
point,
PVA. You did it in France. If you answered that question, where would it go? I think it's split between the States and Europe, personally. But it's Europe.
Right.
Well done, 57% of people. Well done.
Magical sea badges.
And then finally, where was the last, or the first, sorry, CRM Saturday event held?
I reckon Joe was on the money on this one.
Yeah, it's got to be between the first two, London and Manchester, hasn't it?
I should have put that. I thought it might have been.
Good call,
If I didn't get that one
Joe.
right, I would have literally cried.
Is that because of Mr. Dynamics? Because of where he's from?
Yeah, he had one in Manchester, and I think it was about 10 people in it, and then we did London, and it had 80.
Hey, Ro.
Hello, Michelle. Hello, Ro.
Michelle.
Hi.
What's up?
Hey, everybody.
No hair.
He's just looking to the webcam of everyone and see who's which you can recognize.
Ro.
Ro, I need to ask you for a picture with my jacket on.
Yeah.
Ah.
I've been meaning to do that. All right, that was the end of the round. Who wants to find out how they did on that round?
Well, I kind of already know.
Oh man,
Wow.
I've slipped.
Go Alice. Hey, go Alice. Pixie in the house. Woo!
Rory Neary smashed it. Everybody
Rory,
on that one.
you're a machine.
Where is that? I can't see it on my screen, but anyway.
You're at the top, bro.
Yeah, you have
Hey,
to look
I'll
at.
take
You
it. Look on your phone.
That's all that
matters.
You need to look on your phone because
Oh.
there's a good lag on the updates
Oh, yeah.
on Zoom.
That's
If
fine.
only we were using Teams, hey, it would be like.
Andy, is this a consolidation of round 1 and round 2, or?
No,
It is
this
now.
Is consolidation now.
It's now.
It is now, and Cheeky Sausage has taken the lead. Followed very closely by the Madman. Who's the Madman?
That could be me.
Very done. That is so unlikely.
I have shamed my family.
Excellent.
I go off camera now.
Chris, are you Power Badger?
No, I'm Keegan.
Oh yeah, of course you are. 'Cause I'm third. And I had a distraction from the 5-year-old, so.
How are you, dude? No.
Keegan,
I actually read stuff, Chris. I do read.
Oh, I just guess.
You're doing really well. You're in 4th place, even with the 5-year-old.
Guys, did most people just sign their name in as QUS6Q?
Yeah. That's the code.
That's the password, isn't it? Oh god.
There's about 20 of us.
I'm sorry, guys, but that was a mistake.
You're a special bunch of people. You know that. Okay, so Rory is he's winning this round, and overall though, Will is the man to beat. But we're only halfway through. We're not even halfway through. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the questions for the next round, and then we're going to have a little break because that'll build the suspense.
Oh,
Jason's doing super well. Joe Griffin, I mean, you should probably hang your head in shame because you
crashed and burned.
Right down.
Crashed and burned, seriously.
The question started.
Oh, okay. Shall I look at my phone? Okay, question 3, round 3, which is history round. In 1981, Microsoft released its first operating system. What was its name? Now, I'm not sure how many people will believe this, but I know this one because I was around.
I think I picked the wrong answer.
Well, there's one that's definitely wrong. Actually, there's 3 that's definitely wrong. So there's one that's right. All right, 5 seconds left.
5, 3, 1.
Okay, I love this little picture on this one. Now, you may have seen this one before, but the default contact picture displayed in the Outlook 2010, that's what it's called, is of which high-profile Microsoft employee? Who could it be? Ballmer, Klein, we all know Klein, Turner, Gates.
Is that literally his name, Third? Is that his official name, Third?
Yeah.
This has been taken from legal documentation, so yes.
He's American.
Wow, amazing.
There's a nice little fact around this one.
Oh, Joe, my name is actually Wimpelthneed III as well.
Apologies, Your Majesty.
All right. All right. Question 3. Okay. In the mid-2000s, which Microsoft product or service had the code name Project Red Dog? What's the name of that big red dog? Is it anyway? Is it Azure, Paint 3D, Microsoft Teams, SQL Server 2019? Now, clue is in the question. Okay, clue is in the question is all I'm saying.
Okay.
Red dog. What is that big red dog? Like the massive red dog that's in the cartoon. Any parents?
Clifford the big red dog.
Clifford. Is that the Clifford?
Yeah.
Awful show, but yeah, Clifford.
My brother was born in South Africa.
Server 25 for big dog.
Big dog. All right, question 4. God, we're pushing on. Trish is cracking the whip. Okay, easy one for you. Easy for people of your caliber. Power Platform product. Which one was the first to be generally available? Power BI, Power Space Apps, Power Automate, or Power Virtual Agent?
If I get this wrong, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Like a chicken before the egg.
History question. That was quite profound. Who said that?
I need a question about what the next Power product's going to be.
If I have it my way, it's called
Power Munch.
It's going to be called Power Awesome or Power Pudding.
Power Pudding, yes.
Power Pudding is going to be the one.
Oh, the ice cream man's here. All right, question 5. Now, I tweaked this one to make it a little bit harder. Sorry, Trish. In which year was Dynamics 365 for marketing, or just Dynamics 365 marketing introduced? 2016, 18, 15, or 17?
Awful.
I felt like this was too easy.
It's awful. It's a horrible question.
I think I might know it because I had to sit through a training course on it.
Excellent. You know what you want to do? Press the button, Janet.
I know how to press a button, Andrew.
Get the points.
Come on, Andrew.
Good. We'll come back to you on that.
Oh, please don't.
All right. Question 6. In which year did Microsoft acquire NetBreeze? That was a great product, man. Aid with social media monitoring within Dynamics CRM.
So I think one of the coolest things ever.
CRM. 2007, 2010, 2013, and 2016. That's a tricky one. Tricky one.
It is. Super tricky.
Will's got the where are my finance and operations questions look.
We'll look after you, mate. We'll look after you. Don't you worry.
I don't remember what it looks like.
There's one question near the end, I think.
Just a bit of sleep.
Claw it all back. No, you're winning, aren't you? So, you know, what are you talking about, man? Okay, question 7. Microsoft. Now, this is. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Joe. Microsoft provides, this is for all the project managers out there, SureStep is an excellent methodology that I remember reading about that can be applied to all dynamic solutions. Which year SureStep originally launched? I could not answer this one. 2000, 2005, 2007,
No idea,
2013.
How long did it take you to read, Andrew?
SureStep is still alive. I think I read it and then immediately forgot everything that was in it.
Immediately fell asleep.
Yeah.
But it's so awesome. It's got its own app that you install.
So excited
Is that
about
awesome?
SureStep. So excited.
It did have a fat client, didn't it? You know,
Question is, how long did it take you to read?
It was in WPF or something.
I've actually passed the MB Spin 705, which is the Managing SureStep Dynamic Implementations. That's
You
how
show
easy.
off. All right, question 8. This is for you, Will.
This is not a bit.
Dynamics 365 for the finance and the operations business edition eventually became which Dynamics product? I have no
We'll just
idea.
try and relax.
Is it finance? Is it HR?
I can't
Is
stand
it
up for a
BC?
while.
Is it retail?
Got another plunger in there, bro.
Nah. Finish the question, Andrew. Come on.
I don't have a clue. Actually, I do know because I looked at the answer. But
Is it a trick question?
Is
It
it
is
though?
not a trick question. It actually is a legit question.
The answer is E. And Julia's also getting scared. Julia, calm down. I'm literally watching Julia like hop up and down like crazy.
This is Julia's moment. This is a time to shine. It really is.
This is your
I have
moment,
one
Julia.
question.
I have one moment. This is like that Eminem song. We should play that.
All right. Well, this is round 3. We have had the questions, but we're going to have to wait for the answers, okay? Because we're having a little break. But now the bonus question, Trish, I think, do we want to let people like answer it after the break or right now?
Right now.
So basically, just the first person to get it is
Okay.
the one that wins the prize. So
Okay.
it's up to you.
Read
You
the
can answer after
question.
the break, but you might
You're
not get
gonna
it right.
you're gonna put the answer into the chat. Okay. First person to get the right answer in the chat wins a prize. You see a boat filled with people. It is not sunk. But when you look again, you don't see a single person on the boat. Why?
The answer.
They're all dead.
Sausages.
I've got the answer. They're
Upside
all
down.
married.
Type it in the chat.
I've already typed it in the chat.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, you have. Excellent. Good on you. Sausages, badgers. They're married. Keegan has answered twice. All right. Well,
You never said we couldn't answer twice.
no, that's true.
Increasing my
Feel
options.
free to copy anyone else's answer and putting harassment. It's a submarine. Yeah, that's a good one. Would you call that a boat? I don't know. Maybe everyone else is answering. Okay. When should we do the answer to that one? Should we do it at the end?
Yeah, we'll do it at the end after break.
Awesome. Dinosaurs. The boat was on fire. Boaty McBoatface. Okay, we're having a break. Trish, when do we need to be back? I don't even know what the time is.
back in 10. I'm trying to see if we're actually on schedule.
This is a family show, William.
In theory, if I'm wrong, you're all wrong.
Sharknado.
It's a
Yes.
gravy boat.
It's a gravy boat. Okay, maybe.
James, that's brilliant. He wins. James wins.
Can we have
All
it
right.
back on the screen, Trish, so we can like ponder?
Ponder. Should we do the answer after the break?
Answer after the break, and let's get back here at 7:15. Can we get back here at 7:20? Yes.
Let's do it. That's long enough to go for a break.
A break. I usually get there.
Back at 7:20.
All righty, good stuff.
Sandra, I might have to leave you now. Go and put the kids to bed. So.
Oh, but well, thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Yeah, it just clashes at a bad time. So
Yeah, it was kind of like we couldn't find a good time.
No, it's never.
But yeah, no, thanks for joining.
Yeah, I was close to the top, not too bad. I didn't shame myself. I don't think. So.
We'll just steal your points and put them on somebody else.
Absolutely. Well,
No problem.
all of them. Anyway, thanks very much. Brilliant.
No worries.
Bye. Bye.
See you soon. Right, back at what did Trish say? 20 past?
7:20. Yep, 20 past.
Oh, you're still here. Excellent. Okay. Well, I need to go and polish some of these sequins and
I need to have a shower in 10 minutes.
easy. Turn the camera off though, Janet. All right. See you very shortly.
Oh, hold on. I need to make you co-host. I'm just now reading all this stuff.
This Chuck.
Huh?
Hi, how you doing, Peter?
Would you? Okay, so if we're looking at, like, because you're very fashionable, right? Do you think that cloaks should be brought back? Like
Dude,
cloaks?
I have 4 cloaks. I have like 2 short cloaks, and I have a really long one. I also have a cloak for my Wonder Woman outfit, my Supergirl outfit, my Batgirl outfit. Like, they all have cloaks.
See, cloaks, guys, cloaks
are
are
a
the
thing,
thing.
man.
So when you're leaving a meeting, you can do like a flourish, can't you, with your cloak? You'd be just sort of like whoosh, like that.
And also, when you're in a meeting and having a formal conversation, you can hide like this and like peek over it. And
Or
then
when
make
you
a
don't want to
point.
talk to anyone anymore, you can literally just like go like this and just walk off. It's like a really good exit.
It's a great exit. I think you should do
right?
that from here on out. Like, go into meetings with cloaks.
Next event, next actual in-person event, let's all just wear cloaks and just like exit the room like whoosh.
Yes, whoosh. I've been waiting for this moment. I can see Rory's in for the cloak, Julia's in for the cloak, Meg's. Oh, she's not in for the cloak. There was a sad head nod there. Yes, William, what are you wearing?
Lobster's head.
Excellent.
I feel like I should reciprocate that, dude.
Oh,
yes.
You want to play unicorn and lobster
Yes.
again
What,
sometime,
look,
Chris?
no, Keegan wins. Sorry, Keegan wins.
Where is Keegan? What are you wearing, bro? Oh, you're wearing the creepy superhero thing.
That's a bit scary.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, your eye is skew. That's super creepy. Unicorn says no.
So this quiz is so hot, it literally froze my computer. I had to restart.
No,
So I needed to miss that in here.
It's just Windows, dude.
I'm now Venom.
I need to.
Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Trisha,
Yes?
you know when you look in the chat?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Sorry. Ignore me.
Well.
All right, carry on. I love that hat, Will.
Thank you. I'm going to a wedding soon, so I brought it. Apparently, you meant to wear hats at weddings.
Okay.
All right, off you go, Trish.
So this was the question.
Oh, shit.
You ready?
Yeah.
Who got it? Who was the first person that got it?
Oh,
So you see a boat filled with people, it's not sunk. When you look again, you don't see a single person on the boat. Why? Because they were all married, of course. I think it was David Scallon.
Oh, Dave Scallon.
It was sadly the Dynamics recruiter on the call, guys. So
You are one of a couple, David Scallion, and also you have held your own in drinking lots of beer with all of us. So you deserve it.
It's fair. You're in the quiz. You're in with a chance. So you know.
yeah, so the advantage I had, I've been doing a quiz each week throughout the whole of COVID, and this was one of the questions that came up.
Don't tell people, bro.
When I
Just
see
accept
now,
the
I
win.
was like, oh, easy.
That's just cheating, Dave.
Oh, because I did 8 quizzes like during COVID. So
That's a nice costume change, Will. Or was that
Thank you.
knocking around?
Yeah, I had it to hand.
Hey, JD, I love your mask.
Cheers, mate.
Oh my, it's not Halloween, mate. Jesus.
Well, I've got this weird. I'm in a weird room here.
Well, I have to say,
I've got like Two-Face.
Will, I've never wanted you more.
Hey, you should see my claws. That's my chat up line.
Wait, one sec.
Beautiful.
One sec,
All right.
guys.
Over to you, Trisha.
Ridiculous.
Oh, my game is frozen. It's not moving forward on my mobile.
It's very much
No,
like
that's
us.
okay.
citizens
That's
sometimes.
okay.
Is it?
Yes.
Trisha, over
Yeah,
to you.
coming. Okay, so guys, thank you for coming back. What we're going to now do is we're going to go back into obviously the reason that we're all here. It's also about obviously the Black Lives Matter movement. We have Luke Charles online who's going to be giving some insight into that whole movement, what it's all about, why are we here where we are, and actually just giving some startling facts and figures. So I'm going to hand over to you, Luke. Luke, do you want to go?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
By
great.
the way, could you all mute whilst Luke is on so we don't get any feedback and stuff? Thanks.
Yeah, so just to introduce myself, my name is Luke Charles. I'm a software developer at Tiski, Microsoft Gold Partner. And I recently did a similar presentation for Tiski. So that's why I'll be talking today. And yeah, just the goal of this presentation, it's not really meant to be a history lesson or an attack on anyone. The goal today is just to be informative and just help everyone here today understand sort of the Black experience and how you can all become better allies. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to drop myself or Trisha an email or get in touch on LinkedIn. There are no silly questions or wrong questions, because really and truly, I think everyone should be more afraid of being ignorant rather than being wrong. So yeah, and if you do feel uncomfortable during this conversation, please just try and remember, it's like I said, it's not an attack. It's just more about to be informative, and again, to just go over how, what we can all do, how we can all come together to sort of make the world a more equal place for everyone. So without further ado, what is Black Lives Matter? Well, Black Lives Matter is a movement. It started out as a movement. It's a political and social movement that emphasizes basic human rights and equality for Black people, and also campaigning against various forms of racism. However, off the back of some police brutality incidents in the US, an organization was formed in 2013, which also advocates for nonviolent protest against incidents of police brutality against Black people. But they also campaign for all of the aforementioned issues as well. I think the key point is that it's not Black Lives Matter more than, it's not only Black Lives Matter, it's just that systematically Black lives have never mattered. So it's about dismantling the white supremacy which is created, and to quote Ben & Jerry's global head of activism, Christopher Miller, a racist, prejudiced system and culture that has treated Black bodies as the enemy from the beginning. And as we can see from the police brutality and the inequality that still exists in our society today, there's still a great deal of change that needs to happen in order to make that statement true. So that's why today we'll be covering three main areas: police brutality, general racism and discrimination, and finally, systemic and institutional racism. So let's go into police brutality. Police brutality is defined as when officers exercise undue or excessive force against a person. And this includes physical or verbal harassment, physical or mental injury, property damage, but death is one of the saddest ones, of course. So according to the Washington Post, last year in 2019, 1,000 people were shot. 250 were Black, so that's over a quarter. That's a quarter of the people shot. However, according to the 2019 US Census, just 13% of the US population is Black, meaning that based on these figures, this means that you're twice as likely to be shot by the police and killed if you're Black. And what's worse is that 99% of police killings between 2013 and 2019 have not resulted in officers being charged with a crime. Now, frankly, these figures are unacceptable. Firstly, the fact that 1,000 people have lost their lives at the hands of police is unacceptable, especially when we consider that there are many Western countries that have proven it's possible to police citizens without the use of firearms and lethal force. But it's even worse when you consider that you're twice as likely to be shot and killed just because of the color of your skin. And this means that simple things, simple encounters with the police mean completely different things based on the color of your skin. For example, a traffic stop, perhaps if you're not Black in the US, a traffic stop is simply, you get pulled over, the police will have a look at your license and, you go about your merry way. Whereas if you're a Black person, there's a significantly higher risk of being harassed, beaten, or even just shot and killed, even after you've been asked to reach for your license. How fortunately, Black Lives Matter have a solution, and it's called Campaign Zero. And it's their 10-point plan to try and reduce and ultimately get rid of police brutality. And it includes things such as limiting the use of police force and putting certain standards in place around when and how it can be used, independently investigating and prosecuting police misconduct, increased body cams and filming of police activity, and more training around implicit bias, relationship-based policing, de-escalation, and minimizing the use of force. However, how much better or worse do we think the UK is? It's true that we don't carry firearms in this country, it's illegal, and the police don't really walk with guns. However, Black people are 9 times more likely to be stopped and searched, according to The Guardian. And according to the BBC, the police are 4 times more likely to use force on Black people. Now, those two statistics combined make me fearful for my safety. And it makes me wonder what our statistics would be like if the police in this country did carry firearms. And it just makes me fear for my safety as a young Black man myself, with Black friends and my family as well. You know, these kind of statistics mean that, you know, sometimes as Black people, you know, we have conversations in our households that sometimes other families may not even consider having. Like, for example, I play American football. So a couple of weeks ago, I was driving to a training session with some friends. And before I left, my dad flagged me down and he said, hey, before we go, just be careful. If you get pulled over, you know, be respectful. You know, it's yes, officer, no, officer. If they ask for anything, I know you know your rights, but if they ask for anything, just hand it over. You know, just don't give them a reason to become aggressive. And really and truly, that's a conversation that no one should have to have. But I know from talking with friends and other family members, that is a very common conversation in Black households. And if it's not about sort of interactions with the police, then it's about clothing, you know, what we wear, and how to behave when we're around others. You know, don't have your hood up if it's dark, etc. There is racial profiling in police, in the way citizens are policed in this country. And then that brings us on to general racism and discrimination. So racism in the US, it seems to be more overt. You know, you openly see people weaponizing their privilege. Use of racial slurs is a lot more common. However, UK racism is a little bit more subtle. And this is because of explicit bias and implicit bias. Explicit bias is when prejudice that is conscious leads to actions that you are aware of. So, for example, again, going back to the US, there was a KKK rally in Charlottesville last year. You know, they hate Black people, they know they hate Black people, and they want everyone else to know that they hate Black people. Whereas implicit bias is a little bit more subtle. It's prejudice that turns into an unconscious action. So an example of that might be, you know, someone who may not be openly racist or discriminatory, but they still clutch their bag a little bit tighter when a Black person approaches them on the same side of the road. You know, and these sort of unconscious actions manifest as microaggressions. And we see them all around us, and they may even go unnoticed. So, for example, take these 2 articles from the Daily Mail. This is a prime example of microaggressions. So as you can see, we've got 2 articles about 2 young footballers. At the time, they were both at similar stages in their career. And as you can see from the dates, they were released at, you know, similar times as well. It's the same year, I guess. You can see that Phil Foden, on one hand, is referred to as a starlet for buying a £2 million home for his mum, whereas Tosin Adarabiyoyo, who also plays for the same team, is a similar age, is said to have splashed out on a mansion implying that he sort of bought the house out of vanity. And they decided to bring up the fact that he's never started a Premier League match. I think Paul Hurst from the Times put it quite nicely and summarized the whole situation. He says, type the name Tosin Adarabiyoyo into Google, and the first search recommendation that comes up has nothing to do with his profession. That is because in January last year, the Mail Online published a story about Adarabiyoyo, then 20 years old, splashing out on a 2.25 million Cheshire mansion, even though he had never featured in the English Premier League. What the article failed to mention was that Adarabiyoyo spent many years as a single parent bringing up her 3 children. For some reason, the Daily Mail neglected to bring up this fact. And again, like I said, this is a prime example of a microaggression. So a microaggression, the dictionary definition, is an incident that can be regarded as an indirect or subtle discrimination against members of a marginalized group, such as a racial or ethnic minority. So how can we avoid microaggressions then? How can we avoid doing this? Well, it's about getting real with ourselves, and through doing more learning about the experiences of others, it will allow us to check our own biases and then take meaningful action to mitigate and understand them. We need to ask ourselves difficult questions such as, do my actions and words truly reflect the value of inclusion in my day-to-day sort of actions with people? So in work, when I deal with my friends, socially, in all aspects of our lives. That's how we can sort of avoid microaggressions. But the thing with microaggressions is that they appear in all areas of society, in sort of the organizations we work in, health, education, and this sort of takes us into institutional and systemic racism. Now, institutional racism is a form of racism which can be embedded as normal practice within a society or an organization. Therefore, it can lead to such issues, it can lead to discrimination, in major sectors such as the justice system, employment, housing, healthcare, education, but in particular, the media. Now, why have I singled out the media? The media is notorious for perpetuating a negative stereotype of Black people. For example, the Media Matters, which is a non-profit organization that is dedicated to sort of correcting misinformation in the US media, they did a study over a period of 4 months covering 4 major news stations, including CBS, NBC, and ABC. And the study was focused on the way these stations reported crime in the New York locality. According to the New York City Police Department statistics, Black people were suspects in 54% of murders, 55% of thefts, 49% of assaults. However, in the station's coverage of these stories, the suspects were Black in 74% of murder stories, 84% of theft stories, and 73% of assault stories. So it's clear to see that Black people in this case are being grossly overrepresented in relation to crime. And this again perpetuates the negative stereotype of deviancy within Black people and criminality. But the real issue is that this narrative is unconsciously accepted by society. And this can have a devastating effect on young people and children, which can be seen in the following video.
Quale bambola è bianca?
Can you hear?
Quale bambola è nera? Quale delle due è bella?
Questa.
Qual è quella bella? Qual è quella brutta? E qual è quella buona? Quale è cattiva?
That video is that video is quite hard to watch. Not just emotionally, but it was freezing a little bit as well. But I think the link has just been posted in the chat, so you guys can also view that again after the presentation and after the quiz. But I think there were two moments in there that really stand out to me. You know, when the girl at the end sort of says that the black doll is bad, and then she's asked to select which doll looks like her. That's heartbreaking. And you know, even the girl at the very end as well. You know, here in this country, you know, if someone says, "Oh, you know, you're black, aren't you?" or you know, "Hey, Luke's the black one." Personally, I don't see that as an issue, and I think generally it's okay to refer to people as, you know, from their color. However, that girl in whatever country she's in, she's so used to being referred to as black when being made fun of. Simply hearing the doll referred to as black offended her, and that's really, really sad. And it goes back to these negative stereotypes that tend to follow us as black people all throughout our lives. And it starts in school and it goes right throughout our lives, all the way through our careers as well. For example, 2011 research by the Department of Business, Innovation and Skills found that black applicants for university had the lowest predicted grade accuracy, with only 39.1% of predicted grades being accurate, while their white classmates had the highest at 53%. Now, this creates issues for black people getting into potentially good universities, or specifically Russell Group universities, because universities tend to make their initial offers based on predicted grades, and then they confirm those offers once the students have actually achieved those grades. So this means that if predicted grades for black students are not just inaccurate, but also underpredicted, these top universities, they're not even going to look at us as black people in general. And this then affects our employability and how competitive we are in the job market. And according to research from the University of Oxford, as black people and as an ethnic minority, we can't afford to not be competitive in the job market, because it takes us, we have to send more than black people and people that come from ethnic backgrounds have to send more than 80% more applications, to get a positive response from an employer compared to a white person of British origin. So not only is it difficult for us to find ways to increase our employability by going to good universities, but we also have to work twice as hard to get a favorable response from a potential employer. And then once we're in a job, you might not be surprised to hear that white British workers earn on average 3.8% more than all other ethnic groups. And that gap rises to as much as 20% for certain ethnic groups, according to the Financial Times. And because of this leads us to what I think is the most important point, which is home ownership. Because obviously, if we're being underpaid, it's more difficult to get jobs, and it's more difficult for us to get into good universities. Home ownership just becomes very, very difficult for black people. It becomes almost impossible. And that's why black home ownership is at just 20%, according to gov.uk. And in comparison, in every socio-economic group and age group, white British households were more likely to own their own homes than all ethnic minority households combined. Why is this important though? Owning a home is a sign of wealth. And it's wealth that can be passed down, and that's called generational wealth. And to be quite frank, wealth creates opportunities. It creates opportunities for further investment. If you own your house, it's far easier to then buy another house for either your children or as an investment opportunity. You know, having a house, you can free up funds to invest in businesses or to, support your family as well. There are lots of things that you can do with the money that comes with owning your own house. And quite frankly, Black people and other ethnic minorities just don't have the opportunities because we're not able to get to that point where we have that wealth because of the unconscious bias that puts all these hurdles in our way to become successful. So what can we do to help? Well, it starts with waking up to the fact that these negative narratives and stereotypes that are perpetuated in the media are just not true. And it also helps if we do our part to sort of, if we see anyone personally perpetuating those stereotypes as well, calling them out on it, calling people out on their behavior and their discriminatory behavior. But then after that, what we need to do is apply pressure to organizations that we work in and that we're members of to make things better for everyone. And applying pressure to the people in power within these organizations to make things better for everyone. So for example, if you're in a team and you feel like it lacks diversity, say something. If you're a teacher in a school and you've seen that a Black student has had their grades underpredicted, say something. That's the only way that we're going to be able to create change within these large organizations and tackle systemic and institutional racism. But what else can we do to help? How can we help more in general? Well, there are quite a few petitions and charities that we can donate to. There's Black Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter UK. There is also Black Minds Matter that we've just spoken about today. We've also got the official George Floyd Memorial Fund too. And on change.org, there's a petition titled Justice for George Floyd that has gained over 10 million signatures. And there's also a petition for Belly Mujinga as well, calling for justice for her too. But what other ways can we help other than just the donating and the signing a petition? Well, it's educating ourselves. It's not being afraid to ask questions, no matter how difficult they may be. And again, like I said at the beginning, it's about being more afraid of staying ignorant than being wrong. You know, there's just no excuse for staying ignorant anymore. With the internet, there's thousands and millions of articles out there on the subject. And if you don't like the internet, there's many books on the subject as well. For example, there's Why I Don't Talk to White People About Race Anymore. You know, I think that one was a bestseller. And if you don't like reading, you can go on Audible, then listen to these books. And if you just don't like books at all, you can go on Netflix, and there's a couple of shows. That sort of show the difficulties that Black people face in our day and age now. For example, Dear White People and Blackish. But once we've done all this education, what we need to do is now apply it to ourselves. We need to reflect on our own mindsets, continue having these conversations at home, sharing these conversations, sharing what we're learning with family members, and having these conversations in our own households, in our social circles and groups as well, and enlightening everyone around us as well. And once we've done that, it's about using what we've learned to recognize when others are being prejudiced or ignorant and challenging their behavior as well. That's the biggest way we're going to make a change. But why is now the time? Why is now the time? People have been shot in America before by police. It's not a new thing. But I think what people realized with George Floyd is that there are no excuses anymore. There's absolutely no reason why a human being would need to kneel on another human being's neck for over 9 minutes, many of which were after he had passed out. There's absolutely no excuse for it. And I feel as though in many other situations, people have looked for excuses. For example, Breonna Taylor, it was dark, the police couldn't see. He supposedly maybe he robbed someone, maybe he was running away from someone, maybe he wasn't just a jogger. I think with George Floyd, people finally realized that police brutality is real, racial discrimination is real, and that there are no excuses for it. It caused global outrage because we all felt it, particularly as Black people. You know, we look at George Floyd and we see ourselves, we see our families, we see our friends, you know, and we think, that could have been me, that could have been my father, my brother, my sister, my mother. It could have been any of us. But unfortunately, it just so happened to be him. And that's why now is the time for change. And that's why Black Lives Matter. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you so much, Luke, for that. I mean, I think that says it all. That's a really, really good factual explanation as to what the movement is about. Resources have been provided. So what Luke has actually just said, all the slides, these are all the resources, the references. So this is actually based on fact and can actually be backed up by these references. So it is something that is experienced by basically Black people and minorities across the world. What's happening in the US, as Luke says, does happen in the UK as well. It's just more covert. So hopefully what we've just heard will open up a lot more discussions in terms of how we as a community can make a change, make a difference, and actually become better allies towards the Black community and the minority community.
And just to follow everything up as well, I've attached sort of a few Black Lives Matter resources in the chat as well for everyone to take a look at if they want to do any further reading as well. But like I said, thanks for listening, everyone. And I think Trisha has got my details on the slide deck. So if you want to get in contact, please feel free to.
Thank you, Luke.
Thank you, Luke. Like, I really, really appreciate that. And I thought you explained it really well and really clearly. So I really hope that we're at a tipping point in how people are treated throughout the world, you know, all minorities. But thank you. I really appreciate you coming on and explaining that so well.
Yeah, no, thank you, everyone.
Cool. Now, again, I'm going to take it from that more serious subject. But again, I'm going to lighten the mood a little bit to carry on with the quiz. So, Andy, I'm going to go
obviously
back
a switch, but that's why we're here. We're raising money for these, for the causes and to support charities like not just Black Minds Matter, but charities around the world. And what we're doing this evening, it's not much, but it is helping to support those excellent charities that are working in those environments. So let's go back to round 3, I think it is, and look at the answers. And then we have 2 more rounds to go after that. Oh, I need to get my phone out again, sorry. Okay. Continuing answering. Okay, we're back to the history round. Right, so in 1981, Microsoft released their first operating system. What name was it for that thing that's an operating system?
I think this might have been a trick question, maybe.
Well, it's not really all that trick. It's just because you're all too bloody young. It makes me all just a little bit sick. So it's obvious to me because I'm like an old guy, because that's hence the grey hairs in my beard. But 83% of you went for MS-DOS 1.0, which is correct. Windows CE was a complete toilet of a thing, but yeah, that came out years later, as did Windows NT and Windows 1.0. So good work. All right. Question 2. Default contact picture displayed in Outlook. That little outline. Who could it be? Is it Ballmer, Klein, Turner? I've never heard of those guys actually, apart from Ballmer, obviously. But or William H. Gates III. So this picture is actually the outline of a picture he got taken when he was arrested. I can't remember if it was for like. Quite tempted to say it was drunk driving, but I can't remember now.
It was a DUI, dude.
It was a brilliant photo.
Yeah,
he was just there, just smiling, wasn't he?
When he was like 20 or something, and the outline of it, I'm amazed they ever let that in the product, but obviously he was not ashamed. Well, I don't know, maybe it reminded him not to do stupid things. But yeah, good. Okay, question 3. In the mid-2000s, which Microsoft product had the code name Project Red Dog, which is an awesome code name? Paint 3D. I'm glad there's some love for that in the mid-2000s. Yeah. And Teams and SQL 2019, because they came out in the mid-2000s. It is, of course... Azure. That's a long time ago, isn't it? We were thinking about this stuff. All right, question 4. Which Power Platform product was the first to be generally available? I hope you all got this right. I want to see 100%. Now,
83.
People. Chris, did you answer Power Virtual Agent?
Right, absolutely. That was actually my first guess. That was the one I went for straight away.
Well, luckily, 83% of people answered Power BI, which is obviously the right answer. Trish is pushing on into question 5. Which year was Dynamics 365 marketing introduced? 2016, 2018, 2017, or 2015? Which could it be? Of course, it was 2016. Wow. Of course.
Oh my goodness.
Learn something every day. See, educational quiz. All right, which year was did Microsoft buy NetBreeze and then run it into the ground and generally destroy it? It was, of course, 2013. 46% of people. Nice job. I couldn't remember that one actually. Okay. Well, one for the SureStep fans. Good split across all of the different answers there. 2000, 2005, 2007. I remember reading SureStep in about 2009, so I would have guessed for 2007. And that was correct answer. Only 29% of people. Sad times. Sad times. There's going to be some great scores for this round, I can see. So one for Will. I just cannot keep track. I don't mind telling you, I cannot keep track of all the flipping product names for these things. Is it finance? Is it F&O? Is it operation? I don't know. So anyway, 56% of people went for BC, and they were correct.
So it's not really one for Will.
No, not really.
It's the weak version.
Question was a trick.
Weak version. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Joe's redeemed himself.
JG back in the house.
Oh, there's Alison. She snuck her way up.
600, Alison. Well done.
I
And
always
Julia.
manage to sneak one back in at the end.
Julia had a strong round that time. Power
David
Badger. Scallion doing really well. And then the multi-game rankings. There's only one question in it between you and Joe. And the
We'll Joe off somehow.
Who is the madman?
Ferridan, you are absolutely.
Who is the madman? Who is my rival?
It's Ferridan. Joe.
Ferridan.
No, Ferridan, of course, is going to
Ferridan is the madman.
I'm the madman.
He's got that anger to him, hasn't he? That kind of
quiz with
bubbling under
Ferridan
anger.
before. I know he's a machine.
Ferridan.
I used to be a quiz master.
Nice.
Not with these types of questions.
Now you say we should handicap you. Who's missing again? Who's missing?
Guys, I've got to give a shout out to Dave Scallion. Holy crap. Well done, man.
So
That was a good round.
Yeah, I made a point of when I first got into Dynamics recruitment 5 years ago to Google everything about Microsoft. So I built my knowledge up, and I can chat shit, but I know nothing about building anything.
That's cool,
So
bro.
I got the last one wrong, which I was annoyed with because it was Business Central, but
yeah.
So Dave, we're going to be doing the PL 900 soon, buddy.
I'm going to be doing the MB 901, PL 900, pass the practice exams, and then I'm going to have a crack at the MB 200.
There it is, bro.
So
there it is.
yeah, watch out. I'm going to follow in Sam Smith's footsteps.
Dude.
Much
Pam
respect.
did a great talk at the user group this week.
I
was
did.
really,
And
really
Laura
impressed.
was on it too.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, Laura was great too. Mizelle is obviously Missy. Sorry, Mizelle. I can only see a certain number of pictures, and I'd missed that you're on. But yeah, well done. All right, Trisha's pushing on. I think she's watching the clock, and not that I am at all. But question 1 on numbers round: how many languages does Microsoft Office support? Is it 43? It's a good number. 102. 6,500, which I believe is the rough number of languages in the world. Just guessing. Or 195.
Good question.
Wow. It's the numbers round. It's all about the numbers. Okay. Question 2. How many versions of Microsoft Word have been released? 365? Maybe. Microsoft 365? 6, 16, or 12?
They're all the same, man.
Word's been around for donkeys. That's the problem.
Really has, yeah. I think it was one of the, probably the first Office app that I used before it was Office.
Copied it from Lotus, didn't they? Originally.
Oh, yeah, probably stole it from somebody else, yeah. Can you imagine? 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
He stole it from the legacy app, the typewriter.
The on-premise app. According to Satya's recent Inspire keynote, how many daily active users does Microsoft Teams have? It's probably more now. 44 million, 75 million, 13 million, or, well, less than Slack.
I've got to be
Let's
honest,
face
man.
it.
D is funny.
Yeah, D. Only if you know the stats.
Yeah.
Only if you follow the legal suits, you're good. Sorry, Slack.
Slack is excellent. I actually prefer it. But
You know
when
you're
was
live.
anybody say? When did anybody last say, "I'm going to send you a Slack invite"? Never. That's where they're losing out. Slack is a chat app. Anyway, a little bit of politics. So, right, how many connectors are currently available as of yesterday for Microsoft Power Platform? I'm going to clarify that by saying it's Power Apps, Power Automate, and Logic Apps as well, which, you know, it's kind of cheating, but, you know, I'm going to call it Power Platform.
And growing.
I'm the quiz master, so, you know, I can do what I want. Is it 298, 212, 550, or 393? This has gone up considerably since I last looked at this.
And growing, my friend, and growing.
Ooh. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, all good? Well, I've lost everyone else. Just
Yes.
me. Okay, good. Question 5. Now, I've run this one before, but what is the maximum number of days that a Power Automate flow can run for? And actually, the last time I did this question, it wasn't called Power Automate, so that, you know.
So I just put the wrong answer in.
Too tricky.
This is where you're going wrong, Chris.
I know, but I know where my faults are, Andy.
You know where you need to study.
Yeah.
What would you have answered, Chris, if you could go back on yourself?
Odds. When I can refresh, I can go back. Hang on.
Give it 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, if you haven't answered it by now, it's all too late. All right, question 6 now. I love this because I ran this question on LinkedIn earlier and nobody got it right. So how many users can belong to a Microsoft Teams team that is organization-wide? 5,000, 1,024, unlimited, very tempting, or 100,000.
I purposefully got this wrong because I didn't want everybody to get it right.
When you're answering a poll, can you see the results? I can't remember. Yeah, you probably can, can't you? So go back to my Twitter and my LinkedIn, I mean, in the 7 seconds you've got, and have a look.
But you said no mobile phones, so.
Yeah, true. You're so law-abiding, Joe.
I know.
I'm afraid you're out of time anyway. All right, question 7. Ooh, this one is especially for Megan, even though it's about Microsoft Forms.
It's Forms, not Forms Pro or Customer Voice, so it's not my bag.
No pressure, Megan. No pressure.
Hey, almost the same thing, right? What is the maximum number of questions in one form? Now, this is a bit nightmarish, to be honest. Can you imagine trying to fill in a form with this number of questions?
Did you just say Forms and Forms Pro were the same thing, Andy?
More or less. It's just different names, isn't it?
Oh, hey, Meg.
Forms Pro and Customer Voice are the same thing. You can say that.
Makes it flipping out.
I feel like there's going to be a fight.
Well, time's up. I think I know what I'd want the answer to be, but it's not that. All right, now it gets interesting. Have you studied for this quiz? How many words are in the release plan documents for both Dynamics 365 and Power Platform 2020 Release Wave 2 documents? I spent all last night counting these bloody documents. Okay, so
Jesus.
This is
You
the
did
commitment.
a lot of stuff last night, Andy.
Commitment. I was up late, that's why.
Andy, could you tell us more about what you did last night?
I actually want to know.
I was studying for the quiz, much like everyone else should have been. Okay.
I definitely selected the wrong.
22,000, 84,000, 106,000, or just around 1 million. I think they were targeting a word count. All right, that was it. That was the end of the round. That was the numbers round. One more round to go. Oh no, shit! There's an extra question, a bonus question that I forgot to take out. All right, question 9. Extra points for somebody. What is the maximum number? This is just for you, Chris. Of items that you can have in a SharePoint list. Now,
mate, you know what the problem is? The answer's not on here because it's none. So I'm just going to go with the lowest possible value.
I've run this question before, and I wanted to see if anyone was paying attention last time.
But SharePoint is a proper relational database management system, isn't it? That's what I heard.
Certainly, I would be very happy to build a complete application on top of it. But yeah, what is it? 50,000 items, 1 million items, or 30 million items, or unlimited? All right, let's push on with the answers then. In that case, how many languages does Microsoft Office support? I'm using air quotes around support because you need to research this one. Is it 43, 102? There's a lot of love for 195, and nobody went for 6,500, funnily enough. 195 is actually the number of countries in the world, according to the WHO, so that'd be pretty optimistic. But it is 102 to a greater or lesser extent. It's about 43 properly, but it's 102. Okay, question 2. How many versions of Microsoft Word have been released? Anybody?
No idea.
I like that
That's
somebody
actually
answered
an easy one because it's in the program files list when you uninstall it.
Oh, yes, it is. If you do that sort of thing, it is, because it is the same as the version.
Oh
it
yeah,
is 16.
Yeah.
It's version number 16, even though they've skipped a few along the way. Actually, it ends up being 16 because they went from 1 to 2 to 4. I don't know. So according to the keynote at Inspire, now that actually goes back to April, I think. How many daily active users for Teams were there? What do we think? 75 million gets a lot of love, 44 million gets a lot of love. Now, actually, all of these answers are correct because they were, apart from D, because they were at various points. 13 million was last November, 44 million was in March, 75 million was in April. God knows what it is now, I don't know, but Slack has got around 12 million, so yeah.
So a point for everyone then, yeah?
So can I make a shameless plug?
Slack.
Can I make a shameless plug? Dataflex for Teams to 75 million people. Well, bam.
Bam. Yeah, just got to sell it to them. All right, how many platform connectors are there for the thingamajig there? 298. Good try. And I think that might be what it was last time I did this question. But it was actually 393. I counted them yesterday manually, really.
I think you're lying, Andrew. So far, you've read Sure Step. You've
I may not have done any of those things, but I certainly counted those.
Andrew's a ninja. We've established today. Andrew's a ninja. Full stop.
I went to aka.ms/connectors, and it gives a big list of them all, and I counted every one of them.
So actually, what he did was he went to aka Ask Chris, and yeah.
All right, what's the maximum number of days a flow can run for? You know, heaven help you if you're running a flow for 365 days, but it is actually 30 days, and then it will be killed like the dog it is. That's an async flow, obviously. Can you do sync flows? I don't think you can.
How to break your service 101.
Alrighty, so how many users can belong to organization-wide Microsoft Teams team? Now, if I had to guess this, I would have guessed incorrectly, but many people guessed correctly, roughly half of you. 5,000. It's not actually that many, is it? I mean, I guess it is, but you know, if you're in a big company, that means you can't just bulk add everybody in the company to one team, which is probably a good thing. All right, how many questions is the maximum for a Microsoft Forms form? I didn't know this, but luckily lots of you have guessed.
Megan should answer
correctly, which is 47%. 100 questions.
Emoji Max,
Random.
get that right.
She doesn't like
It's
to be
actually
called that
tricky
anymore.
because it's not really 100 questions.
Quizmaster is always right.
Because if because if you have a question with a bunch of options in it, that uses up your questions.
Does it now in Microsoft Forms? Well, can you
In
imagine?
Forms Pro.
Well,
I don't give a shit about Forms.
That's a completely different product, Meg. I think you should know that.
Whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, how many words? I'm trying to open a bottle of wine with one hand. I can't. We're in the release plan documents. Do you know how many are in the Power Platform release plan? 22,000. You know how many are in the Dynamics 365 release plan? 84,000. What do you get when you combine those together? 106,000 words. Counted everyone. Luckily, 14 of you also did that. So yeah, well done. Good effort. You did your research. Right, last bonus question that I've forgotten I'd left in.
How was this a bonus question?
Because I've forgotten I'd left it in because we're supposed to have 8 questions and we've got 9. So, you know, this is extra points. Sadly, many of you are ill-informed about the number of
answer is no items
in a SharePoint list. It is actually a random 30 million. Could be a million, could be 50 billion, you know. And why they chose 30 million, who knows? Can you imagine having a SharePoint list with 30 million items?
Yeah, I can, because you only get it down to like 500. So, you know, your 30 million entries mean nothing.
Yeah, well, the security goes to shit and everything. But why choose that number? It's just random, isn't it?
Yeah.
What they should cut it down to, like, I think somebody else said, like 100, and then people will start using it like a database.
Just like none.
All right, though, good answers, everyone. And Ferridan is absolutely caned it again. Whale, is that Whale Hamza?
Yeah.
The storming man. How you doing, Whale?
Lurking in the background.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Well, we knew you were here, bro, but I mean, this is badass.
I think I should be buying a lottery ticket because I'm guessing a lot of these.
Oh,
I was thinking
you're
the
the
rounds, but I'm guessing
expert in everything. So I'm not
Ferridan,
surprised.
you can stop texting me.
Oh, okay.
Awesome job. So Matt J, who's that? He's not MJC.
Yeah, it's
I
me.
think it's Matt Johnson.
It's Matt Johnson.
Ah, nice job, dude. 600 points.
Clawing my way up.
Who's Matt Johnson?
Me. Should I put my camera on?
Johnson, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, God.
Cheeky
I've only
sausage
been here
seems
for
to have,
3 hours. Oh, it's very dark in my room. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Seems to have
Hey, guys.
I can't see all of the camera. I can't see
Hey,
all
guys,
of it.
can we get people to chuck their Twitter handles into the comments so we can follow people?
Yeah, do that.
Do it.
Good idea. Here, Cheeky Sausage opted out on that one. That's going to cost him. I think Joe is in a good position now. Oh, no, because Ferridan's still here, and he's absolutely spanking a lot of you.
Nice work, Ferridan.
Oh, well, bit of luck, I think.
No, come
How many
on.
rounds have
No
we
one
got
likes
left?
the humble.
No, seriously,
humble
Ferridan, you know your
fakeness.
shit. You know your shit, Ferridan.
Don't ask me tomorrow.
Well, you know what all to play for, because Joe and Missy are both on 1800, and only the top 3 players get prizes. So there's still a lot of people. One more
How many
round
rounds
to go.
left?
One more round to go.
Oh, just one more. Oh my god.
Can we like make a wee round real quick?
Wee round.
A wee round.
A small round or a round where we urinate?
I don't know, like the one before we do a round.
What? That wine has gone
Well,
to your
we're
head.
almost finished. Shall we just like push on and finish?
Okay,
and then
let's
you-
press on. Let's press on.
Okay, one more round. 8 questions. It's the pictures round. It's my favorite.
Oh no!
Just
Let's
don't press
go.
on his bladder. That would be bad. Just
Yeah, that's gonna be weird.
don't
Let's
talk about
go.
waterfalls.
I love waffles.
All right, question one. We're on. We're off. We're going. This is the amazing logo for Microsoft, how it used to be when they were founded. And I nearly said the year then. That was so stupid. But what year was it? Was it 73, 74, 75, 76? It's up to you. Have a guess. They actually changed their logo in the early 80s to one that looked like it should have been on a Metallica t-shirt. It was awesome. Didn't stick around for long, but it was so cool. But look how 70s that logo is. And this is back in the day when Microsoft was actually micro-soft, not just one word. All right, I'll stop wittering. Nobody's interested, really. All right, which version of Microsoft Office had this logo? I remember this well. Could it be Office XP? That was a classic. Windows or Office 2003, 2007, or 2010. Specifically, the little logo. Stuck around for a while. I was a fan. I think I might have had this on CD. This software. Maybe a tape. Or a 5 1/4. I don't know.
Andrew, how old are you?
He's not that bloody old.
I just
He
wear
acts
it
like
well.
he's in his 60s or something. Jesus Christ.
Back in my day, I remember MS-DOS.
All right.
Younger
This
than
is
me,
a
Andy.
particular favourite.
Well, I reckon I've known him for about 17 years, something like that. So at least that many.
Fair enough. How old were you when you met Andy? You must have been
13
about,
years, I think.
when Andy was about 32.
We were all. No, it's too long ago to remember.
It is. All right, back to the quiz. Which Microsoft product or service is this the icon for?
Oh no.
Now, if you don't get this,
Is the colour of the icon important?
there will be shame. If I can make the icon rainbow coloured, that would be awesome.
Is this almost like a trick question, though?
It is almost like a trick question,
Yeah, I
isn't
thought
it?
that also.
Almost.
Who got caught out with that one?
Right, you might have to zoom this one in to get the detail, but which version of Windows is this?
Windows
1? Windows 3, classic version, that one. Windows 2, or Windows Vista?
We might.
Minesweeper, I love it. I whiled away many hours playing that.
I've actually won many a Minesweeper game. It's weird.
I know they're going to do some kind of multiplayer Minesweeper. You can play online or something.
I would say that would be a good idea, but like
20 years ago.
Minesweeper.
All right, nearly done. Which version? We're so close to the end. Hang in there, folks. All right, question 5. Which Microsoft product is this the icon for? Now, I hope you can get this. And I certainly know this because I've spent far too much time with this product, which is something like it's been knocked up on a Friday afternoon. They forgot to finish it, but excellent.
You are where you are live.
That is so true.
Oh yeah, where's my MVP thing? Just find that stripped away tomorrow. Alrighty, 5 seconds. Done. Let's keep the energy. Everybody's very quiet. All right, now I love this one because I didn't have a clue what this was. But which Dynamics 365 product has this icon? Good old Business Central. Doesn't get a lot of love. Project Operations, who knows what that is? I'm not entirely sure. I know the words separately. Mixed reality or SCM. It's a bit of a shame Kayla isn't on the call. She would have this one.
She'll be
nailed.
fighting you right now.
I had her in mind writing this one. It's a nice looking icon. I just don't know what it says to me. It doesn't really say anything.
It doesn't, to be honest.
It's a nice blue, I guess.
Does it say mixed reality? I don't know. All right, 2 more questions to go. This is a beautiful thing. Can you believe that this is an actual picture? I can't quite believe it hasn't been colorized in some way, but it's a picture of a real field and real clouds. But where was it taken? It's opportunistically taken by a photographer. Microsoft bought it, whacked it on as their wallpaper for Windows XP. But was it Monterey, beautiful part of the world, Redmond, Sonoma County, or Slough in the UK?
Dude,
and I'm
this
thinking about
background makes me happy, genuinely.
There's a bit of the M4 going into London where I think this might have been taken, but yeah. I'm just surmising. This actually doesn't exist. Now, this is my favorite question. This is actually a Microsoft building a campus in Redmond, which is, and I nearly said the number then, but it's actually where Satya Nadella has his office. I'm sure you all recognize it because they all look the same, those buildings. But which building number does this have?
This is
building
a cool
one.
question.
Yeah, on purpose. Yeah, of course. Building 1, building 34, building 28, or building 99. Now, bear in mind, there are only 83 buildings on the Microsoft campus. So I'm just saying, not that they might all be numbered sequentially, but and that is it. The quiz is over. We just need to do some lovely scoring, and we'll find out the men from the boys or the girls from the ladies. Or all right, I'm going to stop.
Or some other combination, Andrew. The ladies from the men.
Move on, Andrew.
Okay, so when was Microsoft founded? 74, an excellent year, lots of love for that. But unfortunately, it was 1975. So near, but so far. Ferdinand, I'm not sure how you're doing with that one. But all right, which version of Microsoft Office had this logo? I would have gone for 2003 or 2007. Changed by 2010. Office XP, nobody likes to talk about that, but it is 2003. Now, the 2007 logos, I'm sure you all know, is just ever so slightly flatter and more monotone. Again, completely different. I had a different font as well. But all right. Question 3, what Microsoft product is this the name for? Now,
yes.
Now, Chris, I'm going to go to you.
I'm going CDS, dude, all the way.
Yeah, same.
You know why? No, you know why? Because you don't know. You don't know if there's a local.
What name or what icon is used as of yesterday, currently?
Yes.
No.
Shenanigans.
No.
Shenanigans. Name change was announced.
Rory's put posh SharePoint.
I disagree. This is one place I will battle the Quizmaster.
Disagree.
Mate, I'm afraid to say that icon is still in use. There may be a new icon.
For shame. No, for shame.
The name has changed.
Shame.
The name has changed for shame.
For shame on the name. Okay. Which version of Windows is this? Windows 3.1, Windows 3, Classic, Windows 2, Excellent, or Windows Vista? Good guesses, 5 people. It does look a lot like Windows Vista, but unfortunately it was Windows 3.1.
What gave it away?
It is subtly different from Windows 3, I have to say.
Yeah, I was trying to work out what the difference was.
Isn't 3.1 the first one with overlapping windows?
I think it's going to be something like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can look at the screenshots if you go to the archive thingy, and they are very slightly different. All right, which Microsoft product is this? Maybe this was quite obvious. Oh my god, it was.
I thought it was SharePoint lists.
SharePoint Sway. I like a bit of love for Sway because I'm not sure who ever used that product, but it is of course Microsoft Stream.
It was difficult because Sway was in the color red, so it was like easy. It was tempting to click that one because it was red.
Points for everyone except for the Sway people. All right, which product has this lovely kind of snake icon thing that says absolutely nothing, but apparently says something to a lot of people here? It is, of course, supply chain management, not change management. That's something else. Yeah, I would never have got that had I not written the question. Yes, 57% of people. Excellent work, folks. So I didn't know this before I wrote the question, but I'd like to think that not many people know either. I'm liking that some people think it was Slough in the UK. I'm not sure I've ever seen Slough looking like that. But is it Monterey?
Smoke weed, Andy.
Yeah, been on a trip as I've driven along before. Okay, Sonoma County, Redmond. Could it be Redmond? That would be poetic, wouldn't it? Sadly, it is Sonoma County, of course. And unfortunately, that field doesn't even exist anymore. It's all vineyards. I was here when it was just fields, but it's all vineyards now.
What was Slough?
Making wine pays off a bit more. Now, I like to think everybody is very familiar with building whatever it is, because they all look so different. But in fact, it is not building one, even though it does have the offices of Satya Nadella in it. It's building 34, folks. No?
How do you tell the difference? Like, what makes it?
No love for building 34.
I really thought it was TVP down in Reading.
Yeah.
If you zoom in, you can see the number on the door.
Yeah, the difference is, Tricia, that it has building 34 on the outside on like a stand. You know, it actually looks very much the same as all the other buildings on the campus. But yeah, building 34, that was the last question, folks. I hope you liked the quiz. Somebody had an absolute diamond around, but let's just guess who it is, because it's QUS6Q, which was the code to get in.
That was me. That's me. That's me. That was me.
Is it though? Because we have another one.
It was me.
Position 4.
It was me. It says on my phone the rank.
Holy shit! I came second.
Chris, is that you, Chris?
Not a freaking chance, man.
Came second.
It's me, Chris, the better Chris.
Snowy! Snowy, you came second.
What? On the whole thing? That bit.
Nice job. No, the overall rankings are the Madman came first.
Of course, the man.
2,700 points. He had another stellar round. He is our winner in first place. So congratulations, Ferdinand.
Thank
Madman,
you.
Yeah.
Hey, Ferdinand!
Well done. Let's have a round of applause for Ferdinand.
Wow.
So wait, that's a cracking line. Missy
came up from behind, and she is third, and Joe Griffin is in second. There was only 1 point in it. Well done, folks.
If I'm honest, I did think that Joe was going to do very well, so I did hedge. I did place a lot of money on him.
Oh, there's side betting, is there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
You won
I
a
missed
lot
the
of
trick
money.
then.
Power Badger in 8th place.
I'll take 8.
That's a good result for
Is
you.
that Michael? Yeah.
Jason is gutted, I imagine, in being fourth.
Hey, as long as it
1
beats
point.
Scallion, bro, I'm good.
Yeah, mate.
Good job, everyone.
So well done.
Dave, you're close up, buddy.
Well, Dave.
Good job.
So wait, can we name players? So Madman was Ferdinand. We know Joe. Missy was what's your name?
In the chat, Michelle. Hey, Michelle, how are you doing? Come off mute.
Sorry, I'm in a noisy place. So yes, hello.
Nice job. That was a stealth job. Stealth job. Well done, Michelle. Claps for everyone.
Yeah, well done. Can we tennis clap?
Nice one.
Okay, so shall we do prizes now?
Yes.
Awesome. So let's have Ferdinand. Ferdinand, first of all, choose your prize.
Oh,
What shall
hi.
it be?
I
Cheers,
shall
Rory.
take the Amazon card.
Sheridan for the Amazon vouchers.
Well
Okay.
done, Sheridan.
Thank you.
Sheridan!
It's a good old prize, isn't it?
Dude, I'm looking forward to my headset after you text.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Okay. So next one we have, was it Joe?
Joe, yeah.
Griffin!
Joe always does well on a quiz.
Ban him.
Should have watched him.
Okay.
Joe, you
Microsoft
saying you
gift
don't
card.
want any of it?
Oh,
You saying you didn't want any of it? Is that right? And we'll pass it on.
Mate, I'll go for
No.
that personal trainer.
No, Microsoft gift card
Microsoft gift card.
to Joe. Nice job, dude.
Thank
Well done, Joe.
Okay, Missy.
Oh wow! So let's go with the clean body health.
Yes!
You
Good
will
stuff.
love Obi. Obi's amazing.
I'm a little bit jealous about that, actually.
That is a cracking prize, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he is amazing. Like sometimes I don't want to work out, and he will literally come to my door and just keep knocking until I get up, and then
Okay,
drag
I
me
need
to
that.
the gym.
But dude, I do
Work
that
out.
too. I do that too all the time, and you never wake up. It's not cool.
If Chris is knocking at your door, do not let him in.
He's
Like a vampire, if you invite him in, he's allowed to come in, he's never allowed out again. It's awful.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, you have to
David.
invite him across the
He plays hide the sausage.
I do.
Dave, thanks for
So
coming,
David
dude.
Scallion.
So,
David
so
Scallion.
cognitive employee will get a prize from Maximus. Thank you, Alison.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Well
We're
done,
a
David.
community, you know. Hey,
Cheers.
That's
Good
cool.
job, man.
Absolutely.
David Scallion with the Maximus IT Surface earbuds. Well done, everyone.
That's going to
Nice.
go down well at work, bro, Dave. Tell me about how it goes.
Cheers. Hey, like, yeah, if I don't like them, I'll pass them on to you, Chris. Yeah.
No, thanks, bro. That's cool.
I should have mentioned that they're branded with our logo.
Oh, I can wear them into the office, Alison.
Yeah. Do it.
And Dave, they're also full of Allison's musk.
Yeah.
I'll bring them to client meetings as well. I'll pump your brand into my
Yeah.
clients.
Do it.
That sounds
That's
good.
how you should be doing that.
Guys,
Brand.
What a choice of words.
I just want
Thank
to
you very
say,
much.
on behalf of literally everyone in this quiz team, and there's a lot that went into this. Like obviously, lots of like regular catch-ups with Andy, Keeks, myself, even Chris, like with his regular upbeats. Go on, guys! You know, everyone. Thank you so much for actually like being here, taking a part, and actually contributing to this. Because of you, we've actually managed to raise, give me 1 second, I'm just getting the final tally of the UK scores, because bear in mind, this is something that's going all across like everywhere, global. So I have the UK score here, like the UK ticket, and we've managed to raise £1,886 for
Nice
Black
job,
Mind.
everyone.
Thank you so much.
That's amazing.
We're gonna leave it open just for anyone else that wants to continue to donate. But yeah, that is really, really useful. But it doesn't stop there. So on the 3rd of August, we're actually launching what's known as the Power Platform Summer School. That's going to provide mentoring training of the Power Platform to 9 participants in Black Minds Matter. We're also going to be having a mini hackathon with them at the end of August, so they can actually test out what they've learned and actually help with, do it with some of the people in the community as well. Here, I want to thank the trainers that we have. So obviously Keith, Matt, Janet, Dan, and also we have mentors as well. What's going on? Okay, yeah, so we also have mentors as well that will also be providing mentoring. And these are people from the community as well. So I just want to thank all of them. I just want to get the names up so you can get your name on the screen and get that, Yeah, so we've got like Keith, Matt, Janet, Dan, Rory, Andrew Welsh, Chris that are going to be training my lovely people from Black Minds Matter. And also we have Ben, Janet, Dan, Anna, Andrew, Keegan, Carl, and Allison that are going to be providing mentoring to them. And we hope that this will kind of encourage, and also, of course, Malik, for his support, because to be honest, like, even though I might come up with crazy ideas, I need someone else that will kind of come along with me, and Malik's been able to do that. So what we want to do is we want to provide opportunities. As we heard from Luke, it's kind of a bit difficult for people to get into the space. It's not that we're not welcoming, it's just hard to get there. So we want to provide them with that opportunity. So this is basically what we're going to be doing within the next month. So it doesn't stop there. We're going to try and continue this and continue our partnership with Black Minds Matter throughout the rest of the year and onwards. So thank you very much. And I really hope you had a very educational and enjoyable time.
Can I say one little tidbit, and I'm sure Janet will chime in. On behalf of Microsoft, I'd like to thank you guys incredibly for the amount of work that you guys have put in. Trisha, especially you. You've done an amazing job. Luke, dude, I'm a South African, bro. I was brought up in a racist organization, man. I'd love to chat to you more about getting educated, but dude, thank you hugely for your talk. Malik, dude, you've been wonderful. Thank you, super. But to everyone that participated, I just think that, like, from a community perspective, this is huge, right? Like, we're doing something that's really different. So from a Microsoft perspective, I'd like to thank every single one of you for participating and all of the organizers for doing an amazing job.
Absolutely.
Janet,
thank you, sir.
I just think it's
round of applause.
Trisha, I've been trying to raise the cause inside Microsoft, as you know, and we have got Derek McCourt, who's now the senior leadership team of, I pronounce this wrong, is it BAM or BAM? I'm dyslexic here. But he wants to get involved and come and hear what's going on, what you guys are doing, and see if we can support you more.
That's really going to be good. So I'll speak to Malik about that, because I definitely think that we can work with Microsoft there.
And can I say just a word about Trisha, who's just put in so much effort, not in just tonight and organizing the quiz, which has been an uphill thing at short notice and everything else. And like, she's had help, she's been driving it forward for everybody, but also coming up with the idea of the Power Platform Summer School. And for that to be an ongoing thing, like, we've got this momentum and we want to carry it forward and just keep doing, not just the summer school, but actually, keep bringing in people, keep mentoring, keep training, keep doing this for young people. So I think that's amazing. And that's something that Trisha came up with, which I think is such a worthy cause. And thank you, Trisha, for getting us all involved.
Shall we have a clap for Trisha? If everyone can go off mute. That's cool.
Love you.
Thank you all. Now we're off to the Badger. So can someone drop a link to the Badger in the call if you want? Like, we have after hours there. I can't guarantee that the talk will be, professional, but
it's not going to be professional.
You'll have a good time.
Let me set your expectation. The Badger is the place where you air your honesty. Okay, so the link's in the chat.
Awesome stuff. Thank you. Thank you to everyone that's come along. Thank you to everyone that's donated. And thank you to Trisha. Well done.
Thank you all.
Thank you to all. And have a good evening.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Have a wonderful day.
Take care.
We're off to the Badger. Drop the link.
Bye.
No, virtual events hub, dude.